Chapter 732. Heavenly Plant City was huge. There were inner and outer cities. The inner city mainly consisted of the royal palace and the 49 true king residences. It didn't matter if the true monarch stayed here or not. With his status here, the king's mansion was indispensable. Just as Fong Ping and the others entered the city. In the palace, in a side hall, the pale-faced middle-aged man looked at Li Yi below and sighed after a long time. "It's all right. You are still too young. All these years, I've been living in the palace and have lacked experience. Although I'm smart, I've also lost some of my experience." With a face full of self-blame, Li lowered his head and said, "Father, I have caused trouble for you." "Not really." The Lord gently waved his hand, his gaze seemingly looking out of the city. After a long time, he softly said, "I am still the Lord, and the one who died was not the real king of the Tianji royal court. Even if someone guessed it, so what? Furthermore, without any evidence, who would dare to question this king?" The Lord looked at Lian again and sighed. "But this matter will also alert the royal court of destiny. Don't leave the imperial city in the near future to avoid trouble." "I understand. Go to the Lake of Life and cultivate for the next few days. This king has already spoken to Guardian Tianyu. Quickly finish tempering your skull and enter the supremacy realm." Joy flashed in Li Yi's eyes. Go to the Lake of Life to cultivate? Even for him, it was not easy to cultivate in the Lake of Life. Li Yi immediately said, "I'll go right away. Father, about the holy fruit this time. The heavenly elm protection will only bear 3 holy fruits this time. I'm afraid you won't be able to get them." Li Yi's expression changed slightly. Wang Zhu said softly, "If Ji Yao comes, no matter what, you have to give her one. As for the remaining 2, Feng Extermination will probably take one." "Feng Extermination?" Li looked annoyed and said in a low voice, "Father, how could he? Don't let your emotions show." King Lord smiled faintly and said calmly, "Only by pushing the waves can you help the billows. Since the Feng clan wanted the position of King Lord, then he would grant them their wish. Feng Miesheng had done bad things time and time again, but he had always reaped the benefits. Do you really think this is a good thing?" The more it was like this, the more indignant and infuriating it was. This prince will also help him to mention the marriage to Ji Yao in front of everyone. If possible, this king will even have someone speak up for King Feng in the True King Hall. Hall Master might be more suitable for King Feng. Wang Zhu smiled and said, The one who laughs at the end wins. You must learn to be patient. You are still too young and impatient." Li Yi hurriedly said, "I have learned my lesson. However, does King Feng dare to accept the position of Palace Master?" "Of course he wouldn't dare, but it's fine as long as someone dares. The Maple Duke, the Huai Duke, and the others have been in close contact over the years, but they are also secretly scheming against each other. They are all true monarchs, so who would be willing to be under someone else?" The Lord looked at Lian and said, "I'm telling you all this because I want you to understand that going too far is as bad as falling short. Endure, but you can't endure to the end. If you endure to the end, you will really become trash." Even if he was domineering, he couldn't be too domineering. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to see himself clearly and would lose himself. You've endured humiliation for more than 10 years and have already forgotten your own identity. Feng Miesheng and the Maple Duke are too domineering. I'm afraid the Maple Duke really thinks that he can compete with the Palace Master. You must remember that everything must have a limit. How you weigh it and how you control it, it's all up to you." The Lord smiled again and said, "Go and think about what I said." "Father, but there are 3 holy fruits." The Lord looked at him again and frowned slightly. He said in a deep voice, Don't be impatient. Going too far is as bad as falling short. There are 3 holy fruits. One is for Ji Yao, one is for Feng Miesheng, and I will try my best to have Tianyu protect the last one and give it to the Huai Duke's descendant." Li fell in a deep thought for a while before his eyes lit up. "Father, do you mean to displease the other true monarchs?" "You're not that stupid." The Lord smiled faintly and said, "Actually, it's better to give 2 to the Maple Duke. I'm just afraid he won't want it. I wonder if Feng Miesheng's father will come. If he does, it's best to give it to him. There are 3 holy fruits and 49 true monarchs. Apart from the palace master who doesn't care, the other true monarchs all want to get it for their descendants. The one you gave to Ji Yao is nothing, but if you give 2 to the Maple Duke, what do you think the other true monarchs will think? They'll think that the Maple Duke is domineering and that the Feng family is greedy. Do you understand? I understand. Li no longer bothered about the holy fruits. He thought for a while and suddenly said, Father, since the Feng family wants to suppress me and Father, why don't I put on an act again? This time, I want to compete with Feng Yesheng. Even if he ridicules me, it's nothing. The more arrogant and domineering Feng Yesheng is, the more annoying he is. The Lord frowned slightly and said after a long while, do you know that you'll be disgraced? From now on, no one will really care about you. I understand. However, I also understand that strength is the foundation. Li Yi gritted his teeth. As long as I become a true monarch, no one will mention today's humiliation. If Feng Yesheng isn't dead by then, he will only become a joke for humiliating a true monarch. The Lord was silent for a while before he said, As you wish. I'll take my leave then. After Li Yi left, the Lord knocked lightly on the throne. Soon, a figure appeared beside him. Send someone to the 7 Southern Territory. Anyone from the 7 Southern Territory who kills MCMU will be rewarded. Kill the Longevity Sword, 100 boxes of the Fountain of Life, a level 9 divine weapon, and 3 divine path unique arts. Kill the Snake King. The reward is the same. Kill a Venerable, a divine path unique art, a level 8 divine weapon. Kill a Commander level, a divine general unique art, a level 7 divine weapon. King, go. The person left quickly. After they left, the Lord muttered, A mere warlord dared to plot against Li Yi. How bold. MCMAU is not weak. People die for wealth. It's time for Monster Sunflower City to be destroyed. As the city at the forefront of the war between the 7 Southern Territory and MCMAU, how could the Lord of Monster Sunflower City not be tempted by such a reward? If he was not tempted, how could the powerhouses under him not be tempted? The martial artists of the Land of Rebirth were tough and vengeful. MCMAU would not be kind to those who killed their people. They might launch a large-scale revenge again. Quillo, you can die now, the Lord murmured in his heart. As for Quillo, he would die sooner or later in the royal court. A nobody should have the awareness of a nobody. Was it something they could participate in when it came to the battle of the Lord of Kings? The Lord did not care about this matter anymore. A mere warlord martial artist's name had reached his ears. It was already the other party's honor. Forget about him. The venerable from the other side, Quillo, was lucky enough to be known by him. The inner city has 49 residences of true kings, many residences of god generals, as well as residences of venerables and commander-level martial artists. At this moment, Maple Jade was introducing the inner city to Fong Ping and the others. Fong Ping was greedily absorbing the pervasive energy. It was too rich. Of course, he was pretending to be greedy. After absorbing for a while, Fong Ping whispered, Sir, the inner city has abundant life energy. Is there a mineral vein of life underground? Of course there is. Maple Jade laughed. And it's not like the other side, where there's only one mineral vein. In the inner city, there are 49 residences of true kings, one for each residence. There are 49 mineral veins in total. The Imperial Court has more. After all, the Imperial Court is the most important place in the Imperial City. There are a total of 9 mineral veins of life. The other god generals and venerables also share some mineral veins, 30 in total. In the inner city, there are 88 mineral veins. In the outer city, there are much fewer, 11 in total. In the Imperial City, there are 99 mineral veins of life. Fong Ping's eyes were almost green. Not only him, the others were almost the same. 99? One Imperial City, 99 mineral veins. It was comparable to the sum of 10 territories. In the past, Fong Ping thought that MCMU's cultivation environment was not bad. But how small was MCMU? An incomplete mineral vein, Old Zhang took 70%, MCMU took 30%, and it was only a part of it that was dug out. It was actually not considered a complete mineral vein. Calculating it, it was comparable to 20% of a complete mineral vein at most. 0.2 mineral veins. Just like that, MCMAU had become a holy land for cultivation. In the imperial city, there were 99. No wonder the people in the imperial court looked down on the other side. Not to mention anything else, just this alone was incomparable. Seeing Fong Ping and the others shocked, Maple Jade laughed again. The mineral vein of life is not the most precious. In the imperial city, there is also a lake of life that is condensed by the Lord Protector and the monster plant powerhouses in the imperial city. Everyone may not know this, but the fountain of life condensed by the true King Realm Lord Protector is even more effective, better than the fountain of life in your other side. Fong Ping looked shocked and asked hurriedly, "Sir, how many true King Realm Lord Protectors are there in the imperial city?" "How many?" Maple Jade laughed and said, "Do you think it's so easy to become a true king? In the imperial city, only Lord Tianyu is a true king." Fong Ping did not ask in detail, but asked curiously, "Sir, is the Lake of Life guarded by the Lord Protectors?" Maple Jade laughed. "That's right. Usually, the Lord Protector will rest in the Lake of Life." Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "Sir, I heard that the Monster Plant clan can split into human form when they reach the true King realm and walk the earth like a real person. I came from another side and have never seen the true King Monster Plant clan before. Is the rumor true?" Maple Jade became more and more arrogant. This was something that the other side could not compare to. In the Imperial City, one could see anything. True King Monster Beasts, True King Monster Plants, True King Realm Humans, they could all be encountered. But in the other side, there were no such conditions. Seeing everyone's faces full of anticipation, Maple Jade laughed and said, "The rumor is true. In a few days, perhaps you will be able to see it. Not only can they split into human form, but when they reach the true King realm, they can even transform their divine body. When you arrived at the Imperial City, did you see the Lord Protector's divine body? The Lord Protector has actually always been in the Imperial City, but his divine body has already turned into a normal human size and is in the Lake of Life. This is something that the God General Level Monster Plant clan cannot compare to." Fong Ping understood. When they reached the true King realm, these monster plants could also shrink their bodies and could even make their mentality split body walk the earth. Even their real body could walk around. While the average rank 9 Monster Plant clan had a huge torso and countless roots. They also had to take root in the ground and could not move freely. Therefore, many of the Monster Plant clan powerhouses who had not reached the true King realm would rather take root in the other side for hundreds or thousands of years, waiting for an opportunity. Only when they reached the true King realm, then they could be considered to have true freedom. Fong Ping waited for his reply and said respectfully, "Lord, then in the Imperial City, won't the Lord Protector's immortal deity cover the entire Imperial City? If we do things on a daily basis, isn't that too dangerous?" Maple Jade frowned slightly, then smiled and said, "The Lord Protector does not have so much energy to care about you. In the Imperial Court, the Lord Protector will often reveal his immortal deity, but not in the Imperial Court. The Lord Protector will not care. Moreover, the Lord Protector himself needs to cultivate, so don't worry. Moreover, the Imperial residence is not within the Lord Protector's monitoring range." Maple Jade said with a smile, "The Imperial residence is the residence of the true King Lords. Although the Lord Protector is also a true king, he cannot arbitrarily monitor the Imperial residence. Understand?" Fong Ping hurriedly said, "Understood. That's good. I'm so scared that I don't even dare to breathe." There was still a true King Monster Plant clan guarding the city. According to old Zhang's personality, wouldn't his every move be watched by the other party? But now, the Guardian Plant Monster wouldn't monitor the true monarch's residence. He wouldn't care about anything else and would only appear at the Imperial Palace. In other words, as long as he didn't cause any trouble at the Imperial Palace, he wouldn't attract the attention of this true King Realm demonic plant. Fong Ping asked as he walked. He could be considered a little popular. Although he was only a rank 6, Feng Yu would still answer all his questions. When Feng Ping asked if he could meet the true king often, Maple Jade said disdainfully, it was almost impossible. The true monarchs of the True Monarch Hall almost never came to the Imperial City. Although they had mansions here, true monarchs rarely came here. After all, strictly speaking, the Imperial City was the territory of the Lord, not their king's territory. In short, in the Imperial City, if one could meet a true monarch, then it would most likely be the guardian demonic plant, the Sky Elm. However, plant monster experts preferred silence, so they rarely appeared. The Feng Mansion was not near the Imperial Palace, but at the border between the inner and outer city. Almost all of the 49 true king manors were like this. On one hand, they didn't want to get close to the palace, and on the other hand, they didn't want to interfere with each other. Powerhouses all had mentality, which covered a large area. If the distance was close, the other party would notice the slightest movement here. This was not what they wanted to see. Therefore, these manors formed a circle surrounding the Imperial Palace. Feng Mansion. This was a huge mansion that occupied a vast area. At the main entrance, 8 general-level powerhouses guarded the door, looking awe-inspiring as well. As soon as Feng Yeshing arrived, these people knelt down and greeted him loudly. "Welcome back, Your Highness. Dispense with the formalities." As soon as Feng Yeshing finished speaking, a rank 8 old man walked out of the huge mansion. When he saw Feng Yeshing, he smiled brightly and hurried forward to greet him. At this moment, Feng Ping and the others were like invisible people, listening to everyone's conversation. The person who came was the Feng Mansion's chief. There were no god generals guarding here, only this rank 8 chief. Other than this rank 8, there were more than 10 rank 7 chieftains in the mansion, leading a group of Feng Imperial Army to guard here. In addition to the rank 8, Feng Yeshing brought a rank 8 fifth powerhouse and 2 rank 7 powerhouses. This was considered extremely powerful. 2 rank 8s, almost 15 rank 7s, and hundreds of rank 6 powerhouses. Other than the fact that there were no rank 9s, the number of powerhouses was comparable to the number of powerhouses in an outer city. As soon as they entered the mansion, Feng Yeshing ignored Feng Ping and the others. Accompanied by the chief, they walked toward the inner courtyard. Feng Yu stayed behind to help Feng Ping and the others settle down. After Feng Yeshing and the others left, Feng Yu smiled and said, "Settle down here first. I'll teach you some rules. Don't embarrass Lord Feng. When His Highness returns to the Maple Imperial region, he will bring you back with him." Feng Ping was all smiles. "Sir, is there no Lord Divine General guarding the mansion?" Feng Yu frowned slightly. Soon he smiled and said, "This is just a temporary Imperial residence. Moreover, it's located in the Imperial City. There's no need for Lord Divine General to guard the mansion. Moreover, no one dares to behave atrociously in the Feng Mansion." "That's true. Who would dare to behave atrociously in the Feng Mansion?" Feng Ping agreed wholeheartedly. As they walked, he said, "Your Highness came to the Imperial City for the Holy Fruit." "Lord Guardian's Holy Fruit?" "That's right." Feng Yu's face was full of envy. He smiled and said, "Lord Guardian will bear a holy fruit every 10 years. At least 1, at most 3 to 5. You have to know that Lord Guardian is a true king monster plant. It's very difficult for demons to become a true king. It's even more difficult for a monster plant. Lord Guardian's holy fruit even contains some understanding of godhood. Powerhouses who don't understand godhood will be tempted. Your Highness has hopes of getting one this time. After you consume it, you might be able to achieve upper stage commander level very quickly. After cultivating in the Lake of Life for a period of time, you might be able to forge an indestructible body and enter the venerable state." Feng Ping looked envious. If that was the case, the holy fruit was amazing. Not only could it increase mentality, but it might also help him understand the origin of Tao. Even that useless Feng Yeshing had the confidence to achieve rank 8 very quickly. If he consumed it, his mentality would increase by a lot, right? Currently, Feng Ping's golden body honing was still related to his mentality's shortcomings. Feng Yeshing is confident that he can get one. Ji Yao is also confident that she can get one. If I consume two, my mentality should be able to break through 4,000 hertz, or even higher, right? Fong Ping had already started calculating, thinking about the effects after consuming it. As for Feng Mansion, true kings would not simply probe other true kings' mansions, let alone others. There were only two rank 8 here. One was a rank 8 5th refinement, while the other was a rank 8 4th or 5th refinement. I might not be able to take them down if I fight them head-on, but if I take them by surprise and they don't guard against me, I might be able to defeat them in an instant. As Fong Ping thought about this, he made up his mind to snatch Feng Miexing's opportunity. However, if he snatched it, even if he did not expose himself, he might not be able to stay. I hope I can do something else before that. Also, at the king battlefield, I snatched Feng Miexing this time. Should I kill him? If I kill him, I might not be able to go to the king battlefield anymore. Also, how am I going to escape after snatching it? That's also a problem. Fong Ping's mind was filled with thoughts, but he remained calm and collected as he followed Feng Yu and continued walking forward. Very soon, they arrived at a courtyard. Feng Yu smiled. You guys can rest here for now and cultivate in peace. If you guys don't have any missions for the next few days, try not to go out to avoid trouble. The Imperial City is not the Maple Imperial City after all, especially Kuei Ming. Feng Yu thought about it and still reminded him, His Highness Li Yi might hate you. This is the Imperial City. If he sends someone to attack you, you might not be able to escape death. Fong Ping was not afraid. He said in a low voice, Sir, if His Highness Li Yi attacks me, can I retaliate? Feng Yu glanced at him. After a while, he sighed softly. If someone attacks you, it will be at least a commander level. Anyway, you better be careful. Of course, if a warlord attacks you, then so be it. It's no big deal. This is for all of you. In the Imperial City, most people don't dare to cause trouble. But to us, killing a few people is nothing. However, don't get caught by the Tianji military. They will patrol the Imperial City. If you get caught, the Tianji military will not be on good terms with us. I'm afraid you guys will be in trouble. Fong Ping nodded. Seeing that Feng Yu was about to leave, Fong Ping smiled and said, Sir, we just arrived and know nothing about the Imperial City. Can you give us some basic information, such as the distribution of the royal mansions, the names of the true kings, the distribution of the major forces in the Imperial City, as well as some information about the powerhouses in the Imperial City to avoid offending people that we shouldn't offend and causing trouble for His Highness? If you don't find it troublesome, I hope you can also tell us some other information, such as which royal mansions are on good terms with and which families are at odds with. This way, we won't be disorganized when we do things in the future. Hearing this, Feng Yu could not help but laugh. You're a smart person. You're quite quick-witted. Originally, I would tell you guys about these things when I returned to the Maple Imperial City. However, since we're in the Imperial City now, and we still have to stay for some time, there's no harm in telling you guys in advance. Settle down first. Someone will come and guide you guys later. Thank you for your guidance, sir. Fong Ping thanked him. Then, he looked at Jin Yuhuai and hinted with his eyes. Jin Yuhuai's face turned purple, but he quickly recovered his smile. A crystal box appeared in his hand. He handed it over with both hands and was about to speak with a face full of smiles. Before he could speak, Fong Ping smiled and said, I've troubled you along the way, sir. This is just a small gift. Please accept it, sir. When we have a firm foothold in the imperial court, we won't forget sir's kindness today. Feng Yu was also full of smiles. He happily took the crystal box from Jin Yuhuai's hands. Without even looking at Jin Yuhuai, he looked at Fong Ping and said, When you become the commander, you and I will also become colleagues and take care of each other in the future. That's for sure. Fong Ping laughed heartily and quickly said, Sir, we're outsiders and have just entered the royal mansion, so we don't know the rules. In order to prevent people from stirring up trouble, can Kuei Ming take on the task of disciplining and make everyone abide by some rules? Feng Yu glanced at the others and said with a smile, If you're willing, that's even better. Try not to leave the mansion. His Highness has just returned and needs to rest for a few days. He will summon you guys later. Thank you for your guidance, sir. Both of them exchanged some pleasantries. Soon, Feng Yu left. As soon as he left, Fong Ping tidied up his armor and glanced at the people around him. Seeing that some of them were looking at him with hostility, Fong Ping smiled calmly and said, "Everyone has heard it. In the next few days, I, Kuei, will be everyone's leader. Don't stir up trouble and don't cause trouble for His Highness. Here, no one will care if your father is a divine general or a venerable. If you die in the imperial court, I'm afraid your father's generation won't even know that you've died. If anyone wants to go out, you must report to me. All right, everyone is dismissed." Although some of the people were dissatisfied, they did not say anything at this moment. Fong Ping and Feng Yu had formed a relationship, and he was valued by Feng Yexing. Here, not in the outside world, they did not have elders to support them. If they died here, they would really have died in vain. Soon, everyone dispersed. Just as Jin Yuhuai was about to leave, Fong Ping suddenly said, "Brother Jin, let's chat for a while more. Come to my room." Fong Ping did not choose a room, but those fellows were very self-aware. No one snatched a small, independent courtyard in the courtyard. Obviously, it was reserved for Fong Ping. Jin Yuhuai's expression turned even uglier. This time coming to the restricted area, he thought that he could reap some great benefits. Who knew that not long after he arrived, he would suffer a few losses? Kuei Ming, this treacherous villain, shameless to the extreme. Jin Yuhuai regretted it. If he had known this would happen, he would not have gone up to promote the pills when Kuei Ming and the others arrived. He would not have chatted with Kuei Ming either. Now, it was too late for regrets. Genius in a second. Remember this site's address. Mobile version. Chapter 733. In the small courtyard. The hall was clean and tidy. Fong Ping sat down at the main seat, but no one came to serve him. This made Fong Ping extremely dissatisfied. He poured himself a cup of tea, shook his head slightly and said, "Looks like I'm still not valued. I don't even have a servant girl. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse to come to the royal court from the outer realm." Jin Yuhuai hurriedly smiled and said, "Brother Kuei, you don't have to be so anxious." Before he could finish, Fong Ping smiled and said, "Brother Jin, tell me about it." Jin Yuhuai had a strange expression on his face and said with a smile, "What does Brother Kuei want me to say?" "You don't have to pretend." Fong Ping looked amused. "I'm very suspicious. Where did you get so many land of rebirth medicinal pills? 11 pills, yet you have 10 of them at every turn, and I see that you have quite a lot of them with you. Brother Jin, I'm not a fool. My father had fought with the resurrected martial artist many times, so he knew a lot of things. The people from the restricted area don't have much contact with the land of rebirth. It's mainly us, the people from the outland, who are fighting. You can hide it from others, but you can't hide it from us. This time, most of the people who came from the outer domain were dead, and a portion of them were trash. They had probably never seen a revived cultivator before. I'm different. My father almost died in the hands of a resurrected martial artist. I've done some research on resurrected martial artists. If a high-ranked powerhouse took out these pills," Jin Yuhuai hurriedly smiled and said, "Brother K, you've misunderstood. These medicinal pills were given to me by my father. Brother Jin, do you really think I'm easy to deceive?" Fong Ping put on a straight face and said coldly, "Have you forgotten that I made a deal with the 6 southern regions? Don't think that he's dead now, but I've asked some questions about you before. You weren't valued by your father in the 6 southern regions at all. Why would your father give you so many land of rebirth elixirs? Greed will get you killed." Jin Yuhuai's expression remained unchanged, and he said with a smile, "Brother K, you've really misunderstood. In that case, I'll inform His Highness. His Highness has never had any contact with the martial artists of the land of rebirth, so he doesn't really understand these things. Brother Jin, what do you think will happen if I tell His Highness about this?" Jin Yuhuai's expression finally changed. He had been careless this time. He thought that nobody would care. There were many cities that were at war with the land of rebirth. What was wrong with obtaining some pills? But now, he was being suspected. Greed. Jin Yuhuai regretted being greedy. He wanted to make a fortune in the restricted area to prevent himself from losing contact with the land of rebirth if he came to the restricted area. That way, he would not have any income in the future. Who would have thought that he would be targeted by Kuei Ming right from the start? Despite the fear in his heart, Jin Yuhuai still smiled and said, "Brother K, you've really misunderstood. These pills, all right, I admit that I obtained a portion of them after killing the land of Rebirth's warlords. A portion of them were purchased in the city before I came here. I've already deduced that the martial artists in the restricted area might not have seen anything from the land of Rebirth before. I was thinking of making a fortune. Killing a champion?" Fong Ping sneered. "I've heard about this before. I heard that you've killed dozens of generals in Hibiscus City. Everyone knows about this. Brother Jean, I'm afraid you've forgotten that there are some things that I might not know less than you do. The Sirs don't care about the number of generals. They only care about those high-rank powerhouses. But I've always wanted to avenge my father, so I've been studying the situation in the land of Rebirth. Dozens of generals in the land of Rebirth are rarer than dozens of commanders-in-chief. If you're lying, it depends on the person." Fong Ping saw Jin Yuhuai's body move slightly. He laughed. "Don't even think of killing me to silence me. You wouldn't dare. If you kill me here, do you think you can run away? Jin Yuhuai, you're too careless. For a little profit, you actually dare to sell pills that resurrect martial artists in the restricted area. It's fine if no one cares, but if someone does, you'll definitely die." At this moment, Jin Yuhuai had also regained his composure. He suppressed his palpitation and smiled. "I don't quite understand what Brother Kue is saying. I killed the enemy and seized the pills. Is there a problem? 7 southern regions didn't encounter this kind of thing, but it doesn't mean that the 6 southern regions didn't. Brother Kue, you're just a martial artist who rarely leaves Monster Sunflower City. How would you know the real situation in the land of Rebirth? Brother Kue, you didn't ask me to come here just to say this, did you? If that's the case, I'll be leaving now." Fong Ping smiled. "Why are you in such a hurry, Brother Kue? Speak frankly. Now that we've entered the royal court, we don't know what will happen in the future. Now that we're both under His Highness Maple's tutelage, we're one. However, martial arts cultivation still depends on oneself. I saw Brother Kue casually selling some pills, and you've earned thousands of life stones. Brother Kue, I'm not looking for trouble. I'm just a little jealous. I want resources too. My father is a venerable powerhouse. 100 years of savings is not even as much as what Brother Kue earned in a day. If it's possible, how about Brother Kue help me get rich together?" Seeing that Jin Yuhuai did not speak, Fong Ping smiled. One person's strength is limited after all. Moreover, you're not valued by His Highness now. Even if you have a way, it might not work. But I'm different. I'm valued by His Highness. When I reach commander level, I can even get permission from His Highness to enter and leave the Outland. When that time comes, it'll be completely different. Cultivation is about resources. From the general realm to the commander level, we need large amounts of treasures to enhance our immortal deity. From the commander level to the venerable realm, it's the same. The consumption is huge. Thinking about the divine general realm, we need to hone the immortal body. The fountain of life is currently the best treasure for honing the immortal body. Or treasures like the golden body fruit. Their value is astonishing. How long will it take if we rely on ourselves? How many times will we have to risk our lives depending on His Highness's rewards? 100 years? Or 1,000 years? Brother Kue, I'm sincere. Since I've given up everything in the Outland and come to the Forbidden Zone, to the Royal Court, then I'll become stronger at all costs. The weak are like worn-out shoes. Brother Kue, haven't you seen through everything that happened yesterday? Since we've come here, life and death are in the hands of powerhouses. If we don't become stronger, I'm afraid we'll die sooner or later. Jin Yuhuai's heart moved slightly, but he smiled. Brother Kue, I'm really not lying to you. These medicinal pills are all accumulated by me over the years. It seems like Brother Kue doesn't trust me. Fong Ping was not surprised. He smiled. I've heard people say that there's an evil sect in the land of Rebirth. They're well hidden and will do anything for their own benefit. Fong Ping said with a faint smile, Brother Kue, you're taking out so many medicinal pills. Maybe you're related to the evil sect? Jin Yuhui shook his head hurriedly. Brother Kuei, you're thinking too much. I've heard about it too. However, evil sects are well hidden in the land of rebirth. They wouldn't dare to show up. Moreover, my strength is low. If I really encounter them, I won't have the time to distinguish whether they're evil sects or non-evil martial artists. Isn't that so? That's too bad. Fong Ping said with some regret. If that's the case, then forget it. In the short term, I don't lack resources. We'll talk about it when I reach commander level. As for Brother Kuei, you're on your own. Divine Land martial artists can't tolerate anyone being related to the land of rebirth martial artists. When I reach commander level, maybe I can go to the 6 southern territories to take a look. Brother Kuei, do you have any words for me to pass to Venerable Jin? Jin Yuhui laughed dryly. Then I won't trouble Brother Kuei. It's no trouble at all. Fong Ping smiled. Commander level should be soon. When the fountain of life that His Highness rewarded me with arrives, I'll go in a closed-door cultivation and break through to peak Marshal General. Before my father left, he gave me some sunflower fruits. I think it should be enough for me to enter quasi-commander level. Commander level, if I really go to the land of War of the Kings with His Highness, it should be done. I should be faster than Brother Kuei. Fong Ping's face was playful. He smiled. When the time comes, I'll definitely go to the 6 southern territories. I also want to see how different the resurrected martial artists there are. They're actually so rich and carry so many pills with them. Monster Sunflower City has gone on many expeditions, but I haven't even seen a few of the lowest-ranked vitality pills. There were many hidden meanings in Fong Ping's words. Jin Yuhui cursed in his heart. Why did he meet such a bastard? There were many cities that fought with the land of rebirth, but no one had their eyes on him. Why did this guy keep staring at him? If this guy really went to the 6 southern territories and killed some resurrected martial artists, he would naturally know that pills were not so easy to get. This time, he came to the restricted area, thinking that no one would care about him. In addition, he could not return in the short term, so he peddled pills in large quantities. Other people in the 6 southern territories were not too familiar with him, but how could the people around him not know? When this guy went to Hibiscus City and talked to his father and the others, he would be exposed. Jin Yuhui felt helpless, but he put on a smile. Brother Kuei is about to become a commander-level martial artist. Why would you be interested in this little prophet? Fong Ping said lightly. I'm not interested, but I'm interested in your connections. If there really is a connection, I heard that the evil sect martial artists and those resurrected martial artists are not the same kind of people. Lure some high-ranked martial artists to be killed by me. Killing resurrected martial artists is a great achievement, including some secret recipes for pills. Once we get them, we can make them ourselves. Although it might not be as valuable as it is now, the royal court is so big. There will always be people who need it. Jin Yuhui looked at him for a while, then finally said, Then let's wait until Brother Kuei reaches commander level. Fong Ping said lightly. If it really comes to that, Brother Jin, don't regret it. Jin Yuhui's eyes flashed with murderous intent. Maybe he could kill him before he broke through. As for Kuei Ming's suggestion to report to Feng Mieshing, Jin Yuhui scoffed. This guy was also very greedy. Since he was greedy, he would not tell Feng Mieshing. Once he told Feng Mieshing, he would not get anything. Looks like I have to find a chance to kill him. Jin Yuhui calculated in his heart, but his expression did not change. This guy was actually plotting against him. Who knew if he would kill him in order to enjoy the secret alone? Tell Kuei Ming that he had a deal with the resurrected martial artists? Jin Yuhui was not necessarily worried that the secret would be told to Feng Mieshing and the others. He was mainly worried that Kuei Ming would kill him to silence him. If it were him, he would not be willing to let a second person know. Some things it was enough for him to know. He was thinking, and so was Fong Ping. It seemed like Jin Yuhui was really colluding with humans. Who was it? Both of them were silent. Outside the courtyard door, an armored martial artist said in a low voice, Is General Kuei Ming here? Come in. Very soon, the person entered the door. Seeing that Jin Yuhui was also here, he did not say much. He presented a bee skin book and said, General Kuei Ming, This is some basic information about the royal court that Lord Feng Yixing asked me to deliver. Feng Ping smiled and nodded. The other party put down the book and left quickly. Feng Ping picked up the book and flipped through it. Slightly impatient, he tossed it to Jin Yuhuai and said, "I'm used to letting the maidservant read for me. If Brother Jin doesn't mind, read for me." Jin Yuhuai was not angry. Instead, he laughed and said, "Brother Kuei's life in the 7 southern regions is much better than mine. If that's the case, then let me read for Brother Kuei." He also wanted to understand some information, but it seemed like Feng Yixing had only given it to Kuei Ming. After all, information was extremely important. Otherwise, if he offended someone in the imperial city, he might die without knowing why. Now that Kuei Ming had asked him to read, he did not mind being a servant for once. Royal Court Chapter. Feng Ping leaned on the chair, squinting as if he was resting, but he was listening attentively to Jin Yuhuai's reading. The Heavenly Plant's royal court was more complete than he had imagined. Needless to say, the Hall of True Kings was the core strength of the royal court and also the most powerful institution. However, the Hall of True Kings was detached from the outside and did not participate in ordinary affairs. The ones who truly controlled the entire royal court were the lords and the others. The royal cities and capital cities of the royal court seemed to be independent, but they were still under the control of the royal court. The huge royal court ruled over more than 1 billion square kilometers of mountains and rivers, and there were many departments and institutions. Sino Nation had 3 departments and 4 residences, and the Heavenly Plant's royal court had 9 halls. The Hall of True Kings was one of them. The other 8 halls were the Hall of Sky Plants, the existence that commanded the Sky Plants army. The Lord was also the Hall Master. Not only the Sky Plants army, but the Sky Plants army only had 300,000 people. The royal court was so big. How could it only have 300,000 troops? There were also some troops stationed in some important areas, such as the battlefields of the Imperial City and the borderlands. There were troops stationed there, and all of them were martial artists. The Hall of Sky Plants was equivalent to the Sino Nation Military Department, mainly responsible for combat. The Pantheon of Demons, the department that governed the demons within the territory. All the demons within the royal court were under the jurisdiction of the Pantheon of Demons. If there was any unrest among the demons, the Pantheon of Demons would also send powerhouses to suppress it. If it could not be suppressed, the Sky Plants army would take action. The Imperial Gate Hall, the institution that governed the sects within the territory, including the divine sects, they were also under the jurisdiction of the Imperial Gate Hall. Although it was not quite possible, some of the small and medium-sized sects within the territory still did not have the capital to resist and had to listen to orders. The Hall of Tribute, the institution that governed the royal city and capital cities within the territory, which was divided into many departments. The most important was the annual tribute. The lords of the royal city and capital cities had to come to the imperial city to pay tribute, bringing along large amounts of treasures. Including the appointment and dismissal of some city lords, it was also done by them, equivalent to the Hall of Government Affairs. There was a department in charge of armaments, a department in charge of the sects and demons, and a department in charge of the political affairs of the major cities. Among them, the Hall of True Kings was the strongest, needless to say. The Hall of Sky Plants was in charge of battles, and it was also incomparably powerful. The powerhouses below the 3 great true kings in the past were all in the Hall of Sky Plants. However, the overall strength of the other halls might not be good, but the strength of the hall masters would definitely not be weak. Jin Yuhuai read for a while and laughed. There's also a restricted area strength ranking here, the Divine General ranking. The Royal Court is really powerful. The 4 Royal Courts have statistics on the Divine General ranking, and the Royal Court has 32 people on the ranking. The Destiny Royal Court is also very powerful, 34 people on the ranking. Feng Ping's heart skipped a beat. He laughed. Is there a True King ranking? Of course not. No one is qualified to rank the True King ranking. Jin Yuhuai chuckled. The right Divine General is really powerful. I heard that he's still injured, but he's actually ranked 6th on the Divine General ranking. The right Divine General's residence is not too far from Prince Feng's mansion. The Sky Plant's military is not on good terms with us, so Brother K should be more careful. Don't accidentally enter the right divine general's territory. After saying that, Jin Yuhai said in surprise, not only the restricted area, there are people from other territories on the ranking too. There are also a few divine general powerhouses from other territories on the ranking. Unfortunately, none of them are from the 6 southern regions. Fong Ping asked, are there any from the 7 southern regions? None. Having said that, Jin Yuhai continued, there are only 2 people from other territories on the ranking in the southern regions. The Feather Season City, Lord of the 10 southern regions, and the Mei Jin City, Lord of the 14 southern regions. Thoughts flashed through Fong Ping's mind quickly. 10 southern regions, Beihu Catacombs. 14 southern regions, Shijiang Catacombs. Shijiang Catacombs. Fong Ping's heart skipped a beat. Shijiang Catacombs. The catacombs guarded by Zhang Weiyu. Zhang Weiyu was not always stationed there. There were rank 9 powerhouses guarding the Shijiang Catacombs. However, the Shijiang Catacombs were quite turbulent. Zhang Weiyu, the guardian of the Western Catacombs, would often go there. There are actually powerhouses on the ranking in the Shijiang Catacombs. One had to know that this was the top 100 ranking of the 4 majestic halls and other territories. In the vast outer territories, there were only 2 people on the ranking in the 27 territories of the Southern Territory. How many rank 9s were there in the 27 territories of the Southern Territory? Including the demons, there were definitely more than 500. With so many rank 9s, there were quite a lot of them who were on the origin path. Even if there were fewer on the origin path in the outer territories, there were still 20%, which was almost 100. Out of so many rank 9s, only 2 were on the ranking. Fong Ping seriously suspected that the rank 9s on the Divine General ranking would not be much weaker than Zhang Weiyu, even if they were ranked 100. Does old Zhang and the rest know that there are powerhouses like this in the Shijiang Catacombs? Not necessarily. I wonder if City Lord Mei Jin City is the one that started the war with the humans in Shijiang's catacombs. If they haven't fought before, the humans might not know the situation. Fong Ping's mind was filled with thoughts. This was very important. He had to remember it. No, he had to bring this ranking back. Not just the ranking, he had to bring this book back. It was too important. Fong Ping might have obtained it easily, but that was based on the fact that he was a member of the Fong Mansion. I can even read by looking at pictures. Fong Ping was overjoyed. Humans had an understanding of the catacombs language, but it was very little. Looking at the books that Fong Ping brought back, those guys translated a bunch of ellipses, and you would know. There were so many books, but in the end, the words were less than 1/5, and all of them were ellipses. This meant that humans did not understand the catacombs language very well. Maybe it's just that I can't read. Fong Ping suddenly had another thought, a little sad. Old Zhang and the rest might not be illiterate. These guys have been dealing with the catacombs for so many years, even capturing some catacombs martial artists. Did they really not know anything? If they really did not know, they would not be able to translate so much information. When I go back this time, I must study hard and be a good student. At least I'll get rid of the title of illiterate. Bring the ranking back. Forget about the restricted area. Think of a way to kill those top-notch powerhouses from the outer domain. The catacombs wanted to kill the humans who were about to break through to rank 9. Humans had the same idea too. Fong Ping had gotten the ranking, so he had a target. As for the human ranking, Sino Nation ranking, it did not matter. There were only so many human rank 9s. Almost all of them had made a move. It was impossible to hide it, and there was no need to. Unlike the catacombs, there were not many rank 9s who actually made a move. Jin Yuhai read for a long time. Fong Ping also learned a lot of information. There were 49 true kings in the True King Hall. The Hall Master almost never appeared. He was very mysterious. 8 true kings from divine sects and 12 true kings from dynasties. These 20 usually did not participate in the royal court's affairs. The remaining 28, more than 10 of them, did not care about worldly affairs. Nobody knew where they were. There were also more than 10. These were the true kings who were active in the True King Hall and Mount Imperial Sea all year round. Among them, King Maple's faction was extremely powerful. Of the more than 10 true kings who were active all year round, King Maple had at least 5 or 6 of them. It did not seem like a lot, but in reality, 5 or 6 true kings working together was enough to change the entire royal court situation. No wonder Feng Miesheng is so arrogant. Also, King Huai and King Maple are on the same side. This makes sense. Last time, Feng Miesheng acted together with King Huai's descendants. But now, King Huai might not be on the same side as King Maple. Also, King Maple and King Hua don't have a good relationship. Both sides are more hostile. King Hua, is he Hua Yu's elder? Fong Ping's eyes began to flicker. Hua Yu, would Hua Yu come to Imperial City? These two true kings were hostile. Could he take the opportunity to do something? For example, killing Feng Miesheng or Hua Yu and framing them. Or maybe he could kill them both. Li Yi, Hua Yu, Feng Miesheng, Ji Yao. These people's identities are very important. They are either the true king's direct descendants or the Lord's heirs. If I can find the right connections and kill a few of them, I might be able to change the entire royal court situation. On this day, Fong Ping did not go anywhere. After Jin Yuhuai was done reading, Fong Ping sent him away and began to study on his own. At the same time, he looked at the pictures to learn how to read. Someone had read it once. A rank 8 martial artist's memory was extremely powerful. As long as Jin Yuhuai did not cut corners, Fong Ping would be able to learn all the words in the book. There were only so many words. After learning a book, he would more or less learn the catacombs words. As for Jin Yuhuai, Fong Ping was not in a hurry to deal with him now. When he was about to leave, he would definitely deal with him. While Fong Ping was studying, the benefits promised by Feng Miesheng arrived. 10 caddies of life essence, a rank 7 divine weapon. After getting these things, Fong Ping's wealth was close to the 400 million mark. At the same time, Sino Nation. At this moment, it was already the night of November 5th, MCMAU. Ironhead was on a video chat. Wang Jinyang, who was on the other side, frowned and said, Qin Fengqing is going too? Why are you bringing him there? Is he going? Qin Fengqing, who was standing behind Li Hansong, said indignantly, Old Wang, I'm here. Why are you ignoring me? What do you mean? That's what I mean. Qin Fengqing scolded. Don't forget, back then, when you were almost beaten to death, I was the one who dragged you along to escape. Now you're acting all high and mighty. Have you forgotten that you came to MCMAU to beg me to accompany you to the catacombs? Qin Fengqing said angrily. The thing is, you're still a black-hearted person. When we were splitting the spoils, I only got a small portion. I didn't even despise you. But now you actually despise me for coming? Wang Jinyang smiled faintly. Back then was back then, now is now. You're too weak. You've only achieved rank 7. What's the use of bringing you along? I'm going alone. I didn't say I'm going with you. If you go, won't you still run into them? I don't care. I want to reap the benefits too. Why don't you guys don't go? I'll go alone. Wang Jinyang could not be bothered with him. He said to Li Hansong, everything that needs to be prepared is ready. When we go to the battlefield of the kings, it's best to meet up at Star Town. It's a direct route to Mount Imperial Sea. There's someone there who's willing to send us there. Qin Fengqing said smugly, what a coincidence. I'm going to Star Town too. Senior Warlord said that he's going to Mount Imperial Sea and Magic City Catacombs on the way. He can send me there. Wang Jinyang continued to ignore him, saying, Senior Warlord wants to go to Mount Imperial Sea. That's perfect. Oh right, there hasn't been any movement in Magic City Catacombs recently, right? Old Wang's words were vague. Li Hansong laughed. There hasn't been any movement. After all, it's only been a few days since the previous battle. This bit of time is too short. Old Wang heard that and laughed. That's good. I've told Fong Ping before that he's in closed-door cultivation now. I don't know if there's any hope of meeting up. It'll be difficult. Who knows how long Fong Ping's closed-door cultivation will take. Then let's not bother about him. We'll leave tomorrow and meet up at Star Town at night. All right. After the two of them finished talking, they quickly hung up the video call. After hanging up, Qin Fengqing transmitted his voice. Is there a need for that? Is there someone monitoring your conversation? Li Hansong also transmitted his voice. That's hard to say. There's no harm in being careful. You should be more careful with your words. Don't talk nonsense all the time. You're the one who's talking nonsense. Qin Fengqing let out a humph and said, "Let's go together tomorrow." "Up to you." Li Hansong laughed. With a face full of smiles, he said, "When we go this time, don't call for Master to save you. Even if you do, I won't save you this time." Qin Fengqing's expression darkened. Was it fun to talk about it every day? Ironhead, this bastard, was getting more and more annoying. While the two of them were chatting, Ministry of Education. Old Zhang crossed his legs and leaned back in his chair. He lamented, "The modern internet is still useful. Look at how smooth the flow of information is, and how easy it is to monitor." Beside him, Minister Wang looked helpless. He sighed. "Minister, aren't you tired?" "Tired? It's all right. In the past, it was really tiring to monitor with mentality. Now that technology has developed, everyone is communicating through the phone and the internet. Monitoring them and listening to them is enough. What's so tiring about it?" Minister Wang was speechless. "Am I talking about you being tired? I'm talking about you doing this every day. Aren't you tired?" Zhang Tao seemed to understand what he meant. He smiled faintly. "What do you know? I'm not someone who spreads secrets. I know these things for safety reasons. Look at these brats. They're going to the king battleground without telling me. I'll have to clean up their mess later. If I don't know about this, they'll go recklessly. That old warlord won't care if they live or die. If they cause a commotion inside and something goes wrong, who's going to pick them up?" Minister Wang hesitated. "It can't be. If Fang Ping doesn't go, they'll be fine. They didn't offend the true king." "What do you know?" Zhang Tao gave him an expression that said, "You don't know anything. Idiot. Do you think these guys are going to meet up with Fang Ping outside? They're going to meet up at the king battleground. If they really meet up at the king battleground," Zhang Tao felt that he might not be enough to go alone. He would have to call for help. Last time it was the rank 6 territory. If they meet up this time, it'll be the rank 7 territory. These guys won't massacre everyone in the rank 7 territory, will they? That would be troublesome. But if they kill them all without anyone knowing and come out later, then there won't be a problem. I'm just afraid that it'll be like the last time, that someone will come out early and cause a huge commotion. Zhang Tao calculated for a while. He rubbed his chin again. Could Fang Ping make it to the king battleground? It was hard to say. That guy was in the restricted area now. He might be hiding like a mouse. How would he dare to show his face? I have to be careful in the restricted area. Even if this guy comes out this time, I'm afraid he won't get many benefits. Zhang Tao thought to himself. This kid did not have many things on hand. At least there's still a section of the mine. It's not expensive to charge him 1,000 caddies of energy stones, right? Zhang Tao thought about this again. 1,000 caddies was not a small amount. That kid occupied the mine and gave it away everywhere. Was that not a waste? He might as well give it to himself. If he calculated carefully, he might be able to cultivate more high-rank martial artists. 1,000 caddies? Isn't that a little too little? I already gave him 500 caddies last time. Should I charge him 1,500 caddies? While old Zhang was thinking about how much to charge, the catacombs had also entered night. Fang Ping had also finished reading. He felt that he had graduated from primary school and was no longer illiterate. In his heart, however, he was thinking if he should go to the Lake of Life this time and try fishing for a few thousand caddies of life essence. But it was too dangerous. There was a true king watching over it. But I heard that when the holy fruit is born, this tutelary monster will come out from there. But if I do that, it'll be easy to alert the enemy. Should I go underground and dig up the mine? 88 of them. If I dig up 1,000 caddies each, no one might notice. That's already 80 to 90,000 caddies. I don't care. I must get some benefits anyway. Let's go. It's either the Lake of Life or the energy mine. But it has to be worth it. If it's less than 50,000 caddies of energy stones, it's not worth it. Fang Ping had a plan in his heart. If his whereabouts were exposed, if it was less than 50,000 caddies of energy stones, it was definitely not worth it. It was not easy to come to the restricted area. He could not waste the opportunity and put himself in danger for a small profit. 50,000 caddies was only 25 tons. That was not even one mine. There were hundreds of them here. Could he be tempted by this bit of money? Chapter 734. Sky Plant City. When Fong Ping finished reading the book, the sky was already dark. However, Sky Plant City was still dazzling. As the Imperial City, Sky Plant City was a city that never slept. It's time to go out and take a look. Fong Ping put down the animal skin book, took off his monster Sunflower City Imperial Guard armor, and changed into the new clothes sent by the people from the Imperial Residence, the Maple Residence martial arts uniform. After changing, Fong Ping did not conceal himself. He wore the rank 7 Chongdao given by Fong, mashing on his waist. Clothes make the man. In the Imperial City territory, being too low-key would only cause people to ignore him. Fong Ping did not want to cause trouble for no reason. In the courtyard, someone saw Fong Ping as soon as he walked out. Jin Yuhai saw him and smiled. "Brother Kuei, are you going out? It's my first time here. I want to go out and see the prosperity of the Imperial City." I was just about to tell Brother Kuei. It was not just Jin Yuhai. There were a few people beside him. This guy had already roped in a lot of people in such a short time. Fong Ping glanced at them and smiled faintly. "Do whatever you want, but don't cause trouble for His Highness." "Brother Kuei, you're not coming?" "No need." Fong Ping ignored them. He carried a huge bag and walked out. Seeing him carrying a huge bag, Jin Yuhai raised his eyebrows. He smiled and said nothing. He was thinking, though, what was this guy going to buy? Was he really going to enter the commander level quickly? Palace of 100 Kings. This is it, on Crystal Avenue. Fong Ping looked around and found a tall, majestic building. Outside the building, 2 rank 6 martial artists stood guard at the door. Fong Ping ignored them and walked straight in. As soon as he entered the door, he saw a spacious and huge hall. "Sir, how can I help you?" As soon as Fong Ping entered, a female martial artist came to greet him from not far away, her face full of smiles. Fong Ping glanced at her. He finally saw a low-ranked martial artist. In the Imperial City, the probability of meeting a low-ranked martial artist was even lower than a middle-ranked one. "Exchange for the life liquid." Fong Ping said it directly. Palace of 100 Kings was actually the bank of the catacombs. Here, some heavenly and earthly treasures could easily be sold for hundreds or even thousands of energy stones. Some high-rank powerhouses had saved up a lot of energy stones, but they did not use much. Without a storage ring, it was impossible to carry a large number of energy stones out every time. Furthermore, the royal court was so huge that if they were to travel far, they would not always bring a large number of energy stones with them. Thus, banks came into being. However, normal people couldn't do this, not even the imperial court, but the true King Hall had the right. The 100 Kings Palace was evident from its name. This wasn't led by a single true monarch, but by the combined efforts of the 4 great imperial courts and true monarch halls, which had stood strong for 1,000 years. Not only was it convenient for the people of royal court, but it was also very profitable. Things like energy stones, energy liquids, and life essences could all be exchanged here for some meaningless proof. In the catacombs, even high-rank martial artists were in danger. It was common for documents to be destroyed in a battle. Once it was destroyed, everything that the experts had stored in the 100 Kings Palace would become the 100 Kings Palaces. Therefore, even if these true monarchs did not do anything, they would still be able to earn a large sum of money every year. A bank in the catacombs, this is where the real money is. As Fong Ping spoke, he looked around. The hall was very spacious. Although it was nighttime, there were people exchanging. However, Fong Ping glanced at them. They seemed to be exchanging for low-ranked energy stones. There were some things that looked like counters in the hall that were in charge of exchanging. The 100 Kings Palace did not only have 1 floor, but also 2. Life fluid. After Fong Ping said that, the eyes of the woman beside him lit up. She said hurriedly, "Sir, follow me upstairs. I wonder how much you want to exchange." As she said that, she even glanced at the big bag that Fong Ping was carrying. 60 boxes. A box was 10 caddies, which was 600 caddies. Fong Ping had gotten about 2,000 caddies in Monster Sunflower City previously. He had given away about 1,000 caddies and kept close to 300 caddies for himself. He had exchanged for some natural treasures before this, so now he was only left with about 600 caddies. Of course, he did not take out those hidden in the storage space. He did not dare to take them out now. 60 boxes. The woman's eyes lit up even more. As she led the way, she smiled and said, "Sir, the concentration of the life fluid needs to be tested. Your side, 5 times that of a rank 9 life stone." Fong Ping replied mildly. The concentration of the energy fluid was related to the strength of the powerhouse that was compressed. The stronger the strength, the higher the energy contained in the liquefied energy fluid. Previously, he had more than 10,000 caddies and had only exchanged for about 2,000 caddies. He still had 5 times that. The woman's face was about to burst into a smile. He was a big customer. 3,000 rank 9 life stones. Even in the Imperial City, he was not a small customer. She looked at the medal that Fong Ping was wearing. He was a member of Prince Feng Mansion, a general of Prince Feng Mansion. 3,000 rank 9 life stones. It seemed that he was also a member of Prince Feng Mansion's aristocracy. As the woman thought about it, she led Fong Ping to the second floor. The second floor was not the hall that Fong Ping had imagined, nor was it a private room. Instead, it was filled with transparent crystal cubicles. The woman brought Fong Ping to one of the cubicles and warmly invited him to take a seat. Fong Ping felt a little strange, as if he had returned to the human world. Very soon, a rank 6 martial artist walked in. As soon as he entered, he said with a face full of smiles, "I am Yun Ye from the 100 Kings Palace." "Sir, are you from Prince Feng Mansion?" "That's right." Fong Ping smiled and did not waste any time. He opened his bag and revealed the crystal bottle inside. He smiled and said, "I won't say anything unnecessary. I am Kuei Ming. I have just entered Prince Feng Mansion from the outskirts. His Highness will be going to the Imperial Battleground in a few days. I have to enter the Quasi-Commander level as soon as possible before that. I heard that the 100 Kings Palace does not only exchange, but also other businesses. If Brother Yin has something good to recommend, I don't want to run around anymore. I'll buy it here." Outskirts, Yun Ye glanced at Fong Ping. There was no disdain in his eyes. Instead, there was some seriousness. An outskirts prodigy was brought to the Imperial Battleground as soon as he entered Prince Feng Mansion. This was not a treatment that ordinary outskirts prodigies could receive. It seemed that this Kuei Ming was highly regarded by His Highness Feng. Yun Ye glanced at the divine weapon on Fong Ping's waist. His eyes moved slightly. Moreover, Fong Ping had brought so much life liquid. Whether it was a reward from Feng Meisheng or brought by himself, it meant that Fong Ping's background was not weak. If he wanted to enter the quasi-commander level now, he would be at least a commander-level powerhouse after returning from the Imperial Battleground. Fong Ping felt that rank 7 was not worth much in the Imperial City because his position was different. Feng Meisheng was already at the peak of the Imperial City. His circle was also at the top. However, in reality, rank 7 powerhouses were still extremely valuable. In such a huge imperial city, with more than 1 billion square kilometers of rivers and mountains and thousands of cities, there might only be more than 10,000 rank 7 powerhouses. On average, rank 7s were still extremely rare. The imperial city was where the essence of the entire imperial city was, which was why it was more common. Yun Ye sat down quickly and smiled. "General K, you found the right place. Although the 100 Kings Palace mainly deals with exchanges, there are often some lords who are not willing to be meddlesome. Some precious treasures will also be handed over to the 100 Kings Palace for exchange. There are even Lord True Kings who will place some treasures that are not of use into the 100 Kings Palace. Lord, you will definitely be satisfied when you come here." Having said that, Yun Ye looked at the big bottle and smiled. "If you don't mind, Yun Ye can inspect it. Up to you." Yun Ye said no more. He opened the bottle, and the energy fluid in the bottle began to evaporate rapidly. Yun Ye did not rely on his senses to judge. He held something like a crystal needle in his hand and inserted it into the bottle. Very soon, the crystal needle began to change color. Fong Ping glanced at it. It should be an energy concentration detector. The catacombs were experienced, unlike the humans, where energy ores were rare. Naturally, they did not need this. Before this, Sino Nation did not even have the classification of energy stones. Only Polaris City had it. This was because ordinary people could not come into contact with energy stones at all. After the concentration detector, Yunye smiled again. Lord, the life concentration is very high. You can exchange it after weighing it. You can exchange it for 100 king coins or the resources you need. It's all fine. Let's exchange it for 100 king coins first. I have never seen a 100 king coin before. They don't exist in the Outland. Fong Ping smiled. Why doesn't the 100 Kings Palace open some branches in the Outland? Yunye poured the energy fluid in the bottle into a crystal tank in the compartment. He smiled and said, it's inconvenient to go in and out of the Outland and the palace. There are not many martial artists in the Outland who need it, so the 100 Kings Palace did not open a branch. After saying that, Yunye glanced at the crystal tank. There seemed to be a scale on it. Yunye looked at the woman waiting at the side and said, go and exchange it for 3,000 king coins for Lord Kuei. After saying that, he waited for the woman to leave. Yunye smiled and said, 100 king coins is equivalent to a rank 9 life stone. He thought for a while and asked, what's the value of a rank 7 divine weapon? It depends on the grade. A rank 7 divine weapon is worth between 300 king coins to 500 king coins. Fong Ping's heart skipped a beat. How expensive? 500 king coins was 500 caddies of energy stones, 150 billion. The lowest was 90 billion, and the highest was 150 billion. Sure enough, the two worlds were different, and so were the prices. In the catacombs, energy stones were considered common goods. They were the least valuable. Fong Ping nodded slightly and said, Manager Yun, does the Palace of 100 Kings have a catalog of the exchange catalog? If it's convenient, please let me take a look. I'm new here, so I don't even know the names of most of the treasures. Of course there is. I was careless. Please forgive me, General Kuei. Yunye hurriedly apologized. At this time, the woman who had just left came back with some crystal coins. Yunye took the crystal coins and said, go and get a copy of the 10,000 treasure map for Lord Kuei. The woman walked out again. This time, Yunye had already passed the 100 king coins to Fong Ping. Fong Ping glanced at it. This glance, Fong Ping cursed in his heart. Energy crystals. In other words, energy stones that had been depleted of energy, but it was slightly unnecessary. There were some imprints on these energy crystals, engraved with the Palace of 100 Kings logo and some catacombs numbers. There are 30 in total. This is 3,000 caddies of rank 9 energy stones. 100 caddies of rank 9 energy stones for one. Fong Ping touched the 100 king coins. A small, worthless energy crystal could be exchanged for 100 caddies of rank 9 energy stones. In the human world, it was worth 30 billion. After rubbing it for a while, Fong Ping suddenly said, Manager Yun, how do we distinguish the authenticity of the 100 king coins? I feel that they are no different from life crystals. Yunye smiled. General Kuei, don't worry. The 100 king coins are made by the Palace of True Kings. General Kuei only needs to inject some energy into the 100 king coins to know whether they are real or fake. The Palace of 100 Kings has a total of 1,800 branches in God's continent. There are branches in Tianji and Destiny Royal Courts Royal City. There are also branches in some capital cities. In the Imperial City, there is one branch in each of the 4 outer cities of North, South, East, and West. There is one in the inner city, which is where we are. The 100 king coins travel through God's continent. General Kuei can exchange the 100 king coins for life stones, life fluid, or even the fountain of life at any branch. However, Yunye still needs to inform you that there is no fee for exchanging the 100 king coins. However, there will be a fee for exchanging the 100 king coins for life stones or life fluid. Fong Ping nodded slightly. It was made by a true king. In the catacombs, no one dared to forge the things made by a true king. Fong Ping injected some energy. He did not feel anything special, but he felt a sense of vastness. It was not the true king's origin or mentality, but it was tainted with some true king's chi. This is good stuff. Fong Ping's eyes sparkled. Old Zhang, maybe we can work together to do something big. Not this time, but next time if I can come in, maybe I can really make a fortune. Furthermore, it wasn't a robbery, but a normal exchange of money. Old Zhang was 100% sure that he could forge this thing. The catacombs' true kings would not do this if they wanted to save face. The Palace of 100 Kings was their own business. It was useless for them to forge 100 king coins themselves. It was not worth it. But this was the catacombs' true king. Old Zhang was not. I'm rich. 1,800 branches, and they're the F**king anonymous ones. If I let Old Zhang forge tens of millions of 100 king coins, doesn't that mean tens of millions of caddies of energy stones? More than 10,000 tons? Fong Ping's heart was about to explode. What was the point of mining? What was the point of taking the risk? He should wait for the next time. The next time he came to the catacombs, he should make a fortune. If he made a fortune before the other party found out, he would be completely rich. 1,800 branch accounts were too far away from each other. However, Fong Ping felt that it was still possible after going to the 100 clans. 3,000 caddies might be a lot, but 1,000 caddies was definitely nothing. It was just 1,000 king coins, 10 pieces of energy crystals without energy. This thing was the most worthless. If he exchanged 1,000 caddies from the 100 clans, it would be 100,000 caddies, 50 tons. F***ck. I found a business opportunity. Fong Ping's heart was in turmoil, but his face did not show it. If he told Old Zhang about this deal, he would probably explode. This is what it means to be profitable without any capital. As Fong Ping thought about this, he suddenly saw the energy fluid in the crystal tank seeping downwards, disappearing quickly. Fong Ping did not pretend he did not know. He watched curiously. Yun Ye smiled. General Kuei, this is your first time here, so I'll explain a little. General Kuei saw it too. There were 2 storage boxes here. One is for life fluid, and the other is for life stones. After the exchange, you can enter the Palace of 100 Kings treasury directly. The treasury below was solidified by the true king using the immortal deity. It can prevent the leakage of life energy and reduce wastage. Fong Ping understood. He smiled and said, "Is there someone controlling the treasure trove below?" Of course. This was common knowledge, just like how most humans knew that there were vaults and banks. Fong Ping laughed again. He stepped on the ground curiously. Doesn't this mean that we might be stepping on the divine general now? Manager Yun, isn't this a little inappropriate? Yun Ye smiled. General Kuei, you must be joking. Why would the divine general participate in these matters? The Palace of 100 Kings is guarded by the divine general in the imperial city, but he usually cultivates in the mineral vein. The mineral vein is not in the treasury. Fong Ping seemed to heave a sigh of relief. He smiled. That's good. I was worried that I would offend the divine general and the venerable one. In the Outland, the divine general is supreme. Anyone who dares to walk on the divine general's head. Fong Ping shook his head and smiled. That's a capital offense. This is my first time in the palace, so I'm trembling with fear. I'm afraid of offending you and causing trouble for your highness. Don't worry, General Kuei. If that's the case, wouldn't no one dare to enter the Palace of 100 Kings? Yunya laughed too. Seeing this, Fong Ping said, I'm not knowledgeable enough, but I'd still like to ask. Have the Palace of 100 Kings life stones and life liquid been stored here all along, or are they used for other purposes? Yunye's job was to answer customers' questions. He smiled immediately. General K, do you know how the mineral veins of life come about? Fong Ping frowned. Yunye smiled again. A part of it is naturally formed. However, how can there be 99 mineral veins in the Imperial City? Actually, all of this is related to the Palace of 100 Kings. The life fluid and life stones obtained by the Palace of 100 Kings will be transported to the Hall of True Kings after a period of time. The Lord True King will solidify and condense them into mineral veins. When these mineral veins are formed, due to the convergence of energy, they will have the effect of absorbing the surrounding energy. In a real sense, they will start to produce those low-grade life stones. After that, large mineral veins of low-grade, middle-grade, and high-grade life stones will be formed. Fong Ping exclaimed, I see. I'm really ignorant. So the mineral veins were created by the Lord True King. I thought they were formed naturally. Yunye smiled and did not say much. Fong Ping calculated for a while. The income here was huge. He alone had exchanged almost 3,000 caddies. It seemed like he was a big customer, but not too big. Fong Ping had already seen the cubicles next to him. There were also people talking and exchanging. The Palace of 100 Kings even had commander-level powerhouses attending to them. Obviously, the scale of the exchange was not small. In one day, the Palace of 100 Kings had earned at least tens of thousands of caddies of rank 9 energy stones. How long would it take to transport these things here? The True King would not wait to do this if they were sent to the Hall of True Kings. It would definitely take time. Mining might as well rob a bank. Fong Ping began to plan again in his heart. Mining was so dangerous. He had to go to many places. Who knew what was going on with the mineral veins underground? There were dozens of mineral veins under the Imperial City. Fong Ping would not believe it if it was said that there were no dangers or defenses. Moreover, some mineral veins were solidified by the True King. They were very difficult to dig. Here, however, they were scattered. They could just be stored directly. The treasure vault was solidified by the True King. If I want to break through, it will cause a huge commotion. Since there is a treasure vault and staff, there must be a door. Fong Ping swept his gaze around. If there was a door, it should be on the first floor or somewhere else on the ground. The probability of it being inside was higher. I'll disguise myself as a staff and sneak in. It's all manual labor inside. There won't be any strong ones. Fong Ping memorized this place. In the next few days, he could be more careful here. Are the heavenly treasures and the energy stones placed together? Fong Ping did not know, but it was possible that they were placed together. He would find out later. While he was chatting with Yunye, the woman who had brought Fong Ping upstairs came in with a thick-hide book. Ring of All. When Fong Ping saw the first page, the look in his eyes changed instantly. Storage equipment. This place actually sold such things. However, when he saw the price, Fong Ping cursed silently. This was robbery. 1,000,000 100 kings. 1,000,000 caddies of rank 9 energy stones was not even enough to dig a huge mine. Manager Yun, this Ring of All is... Yun Yin knew that he would ask. He smiled and said, these are found by some powerhouses when they explore some dangerous places. Some true kings already have Rings of All, so they sell some to the public. Fong Ping exclaimed, I didn't expect the Palace of 100 Kings to sell this too. Yunye said proudly, the Palace of 100 Kings has everything. Rings of All, divine weapons, and even True King's ultimate arts. But True King's ultimate arts are too valuable. They can't be bought with life stones. Fong Ping shook his head. Too bad I can only look at them. Fong Ping laughed and flipped to the next page. He was slightly surprised. There are sunflowers for sale? Of course. The monster sunflower clan still has some protection from the 1,000 Demon Royal Court. Fong Ping nodded slightly. Soon he flipped to the next page. This time, Fong Ping recognized the treasure in the picture again. Heavenly Golden Lotus. A heavenly golden lotus with 8 petals. Each petal was worth 20 billion. 160 billion was only worth about 500 caddies of energy stones on Earth. But here, a petal cost 500 100 kings, and a flower cost 4,000 100 kings. So F** King Blackhearted. Fong Ping sighed inwardly. It was too expensive. However, the heavenly golden lotus was the only treasure that Fong Ping knew could increase a rank 8 powerhouses mentality. As for the sunflower fruit, Fong Ping was talking about rank 8 powerhouses. A normal rank 8 martial artist mentality was above 4,000 hertz. The sunflower fruit was only effective for rank 7. However, Fong Ping's mentality was weak. That was why it was effective. Fong Ping sighed inwardly. Although he thought it was expensive, he still said, Manager Yun, exchange it for a 6-petal holy lotus. 6-petal? Yun Ya was a little surprised. He smiled and said, General K. Forgive me for being blunt. You're only a warlord. Using the Holy Lotus is a little wasteful. I know, but I want to enter commander level. I have more confidence in using the Holy Lotus. As for the sunflower fruit, I come from Monster Sunflower City in the outskirts. I have some too. I see. Then I congratulate General Kuei in advance for entering commander level soon. Yin congratulated him. This time, he did not ask the woman to retrieve the heavenly golden lotus. Instead, he asked the woman to serve Fong Ping while he walked out of the crystal compartment. Fong Ping did not seem to mind, but he kept staring at the man from the corner of his eyes. Soon, Fong Ping realized that the man had gone to a door in the depths. That was the door to the third floor. The treasure vault of heavenly and earthly treasures was on the third floor. As for the third floor, Fong Ping did not dare to probe with his mentality. He sensed carefully. He could sense powerhouses that were so close to him. The compartment here should have some isolation and blocking effect. Fong Ping sensed for a while and faintly sensed a few auras. There were golden body powerhouses guarding the third floor. As for rank 9, he could not sense them yet. Fong Ping did not know if the palace of 100 Kings Divine General was in the mineral vein or had gone out. He should not be in 100 Kings Palace now. I'll increase my ability first. I don't lack wealth now. I don't lack mentality treasures either. I'll increase my mentality to 4,000 hertz as soon as possible. Then I'll make it to Golden Body 4th level. Fong Ping planned to go in a closed-door cultivation for a few days and complete the breakthrough as soon as possible. It was still very dangerous for a rank 8 3rd level to be in Imperial City. However, after completing the 3rd level and achieving rank 8 4th level, one could be considered an upper stage rank 8 powerhouse. At rank 8 5th level, one could be considered a peak rank 8 powerhouse. Many people completed rank 8 5th level and entered rank 9 directly. This was the source of the weak rank 9. Upper stage rank 8 is not considered weak. Fong Ping had a plan in his heart. Soon, Yun Ye returned with the 6-petal heavenly golden lotus. Fong Ping paid 2,900 king coins with a face value of 100 and kept one. The remaining 100 king coins were paid with scattered energy stones. Yun Ye did not object to this. He thought that Fong Ping had a use for it, but he did not know that Fong Ping was going to keep it and bring it back to the human world for old Zhang to forge. Next time, he would come back and earn a huge sum of money. After exchanging, Fong Ping was ready to leave. Before he left, he asked Yun Ye to give him the catalog. Yun Ye was very straightforward. Fong Ping spent 3,100 king coins in one go. He was considered a big customer, so he gave it to him for free. The woman from before sent Fong Ping downstairs. Before Fong Ping reached the staircase, his gaze suddenly changed. What a coincidence! Zhao Xingwu. At the staircase, Zhao Xingwu walked up, accompanied by a rank 7 commander-in-chief. Over at the 100 Kings Palace, soon, a golden body powerhouse came down from the 3rd floor. From afar, he said with a face full of smiles, "Sir Zhao." Zhao Xingwu's expression was cold. He ignored the others and said directly, "Is my secondary item not here yet? Please calm down, Sir Zhao. Sir wants materials to forge a top-notch rank 9 divine weapon. We have already sent someone to the General Pavilion to get it. It will be here soon." Both of them walked together quickly. Then, Fong Ping could not hear anything else. The rank 8 powerhouse brought Zhao Xingwu up to the 3rd floor. Fong Ping stared at Zhao Xingwu for a while. He was not afraid of being seen by others. He said curiously, "This, sir, seems to be a little similar to the resurrection martial artists I've met." Fong Ping stammered. Beside him, the woman who sent him off said softly, "General K has just come to the palace from the outer realm. This, sir, is from the land of resurrection. However, I heard that this sir is extremely powerful and is highly regarded by the true kings of the True King Hall. Recently, this sir wants to forge a top-notch rank 9 divine weapon. Some people say that if Sir Zhao succeeds in forging a top-notch rank 9 divine weapon that suits him best, I'm afraid Sir Zhao can enter the top 10 on the God General ranking." The woman's face was full of awe. Even if Zhao Xingwu came from the land of resurrection, The woman did not dare to slight him. That was a top-notch powerhouse who was only one step away from becoming a true king. A martial artist from the land of resurrection, Fong Ping said in surprise. A martial artist from the land of resurrection can enter the palace. Sir Zhao is a little different. Moreover, Sir Zhao is now the commander-in-chief of the Sky Plant Army, in charge of an army. The woman was still introducing in a low voice. Fong Ping, on the other hand, was deep in thought as he went down the stairs. Was Zhao Xingwu old Zhang's spy? He was not too sure about this. Old Zhang did not give a definite answer either. Fong Ping could only rely on his guesses. However, he dared not act rashly. Who knew what would happen? When he arrived at the catacombs, the only person he could trust was himself. He could not trust anyone else completely. Zhao Xingwu has actually become a commander-in-chief of the Sky Plant Army. What is the Monster Plant's royal court trying to do? Are they trying to exchange 1,000 gold for a horse's bones? However, Zhao Xingwu is most suited to appear in the outskirts. Why is he arranged in the imperial city? Or is it because it's easier to keep an eye on him by my side? Fong Ping found it hard to guess at the moment. He did not think too much about it. He was no match for Zhao Xingwu here. He could not trust him easily either. If that was the case, then it was best not to deal with him. Although Zhao Xingwu had not met him many times, he knew a lot about him. Fong Ping was worried that if they met too many times, he would be easily suspected. In reality, Fong Ping was thinking too much. The Kuei Ming he was currently disguised as was only a rank 6. With his ability, he could not enter Zhao Xingwu's eyes at all. Although he could not enter Zhao Xingwu's eyes, Fong Ping did not notice that Zhao Xingwu, who was going upstairs, still glanced at him from the corner of his eyes. There was no other reason. The feeling that Fong Ping gave him seemed to be a little human. Although the appearance of the catacombs humans was not that different, there was a little of that feeling. Martial artists from the outskirts. Actually, Zhao Xingwu had also heard what the woman said. He pondered slightly and did not think anymore. Some of the martial artists from the outskirts had dealings with humans before. Both sides had been at war for many years. This martial artist from the outskirts might have come into contact with humans before. Downstairs, Fong Ping had already exited the 100 Kings Palace. He lifted his head and glanced around. There should only be 3 floors left in the 100 Kings Palace. The Divine General is not here. Otherwise, when Zhao Xingwu came, the Divine General powerhouse would definitely show up. He's not here now. What a pity. If I had Zhao Xingwu's ability, I could directly rob the 100 Kings Palace now. Zhao Xingwu, Fong Ping murmured again in his heart. After that, he did not return to the Feng Mansion. Instead, he continued to tour along the way. Chapter 735. The Imperial City was too big. Fong Ping walked and stopped, strolling until dawn, but he did not walk through half of the inner city. The Tianji army is very strong. 300,000 troops, all middle-ranked martial artists, terrifying. 1,000 people in a regiment, 10,000 people in an army, 100,000 people in a unit, 1,000 people in command. The lowest is rank 7. Some are even rank 8, 300 rank 7 and 8 martial artists. 10,000 people in command, all rank 9. Even if they're not as strong as the 30 elemental powerhouses back then, with some weak rank 9s, they're still very scary. Among the 3 units, the left commander is not too strong, but the right commander is the right Divine General, who is ranked top 10 rank 9. Fong Ping was not walking around aimlessly. He was observing the Tianji army's equipment and patrol time. The Imperial City was too big. Under normal circumstances, rank 6 warlords led 10 people to form a small team, patrolling the fixed streets. However, there are rank 7 powerhouses patrolling the busy streets. Fong Ping had not seen rank 8 or 9 yet, but when he walked toward the palace, he sensed powerhouses' auras outside the palace. Fong Ping did not dare to go in, leaving quickly. The palace was the most heavily guarded place. Most of the powerhouses are at the palace, wanting to rush here quickly. These powerhouses should be able to use flight step in an emergency, but they should need orders and permission. If there is a delay, and they rush here, Rank 9 powerhouses will need at least a minute. Rank 8 will be even slower. Rank 7 powerhouses can't delay me at all. Fong Ping calculated again and again in his heart. In 1 minute, he had a burst of speed. Coupled with rank 9 combat boots, his speed was similar to a rank 9 powerhouse, close to 1,000 meters per second. Rank 7 powerhouses could actually reach the speed of sound. Rank 8 was even faster. 500 meters per second was not considered difficult. Rank 9, then they could really reach 1,000 meters per second. In a minute, they could escape 60,000 meters, provided that no one stopped them. In the inner city, the palace was in the centermost area, and the inner city side was also close to 100 meters. The palace was about 50,000 meters away from the inner city's border, the imperial residence. It sounded very short, but it was 100 li. Rank 9 powerhouses at their highest burst of speed could reach in a minute, and this was without risking their lives. Their speed was already unbelievably fast. If you cause trouble in the imperial residence, it will be hard for a rank 9 to sense clearly within 50,000 meters unless a great battle breaks out. However, he could sense the presence of a true king monster plant in the city. The true king monster plant might not necessarily make a move. If a rank 9 were to make a move, 1 minute would be enough to escape from the edge of the inner city to the outer city. Once he left the city, he would be able to run as he pleased. Fong Ping continued to calculate in his heart. The Palace of 100 Kings is not far from the Imperial Palace. It's in the middle area, about 30,000 meters away. If that rank 9 chases me from the Imperial Palace, it won't take more than a minute. I'm afraid I've just left the inner city. Fong Ping thought about it again. These were the most extreme situations. He did not want to cause too much of a commotion. Fong Ping wanted to come quietly. There are powerhouses guarding the outer city too, but there are no rank 9 powerhouses guarding the outer city. No, there are rank 9 powerhouses guarding the city gate. We still have to avoid the direction of the city gate. And there are other rank 9 powerhouses in the city. Fong Ping calculated again and again. His brows were slightly furrowed. It was still very dangerous. Let's put the robbery aside for now, or we can consider robbing the 100 Kings Palace in the outer city. The inner city is too dangerous. The key is not to rob them, but to create estrangement and chaos. Only then would I not have taken the risk to come here in vain. Who should I kill? It's best if Fong Extermination doesn't die. Fong Ping overturned his plan once again. Killing Fong Yexing would spell trouble for him. He was Fong Yexing's subordinate. If they killed Fong Yexing, King Fong might get angry and kill all of them. Maple Destruction's life was like a protective umbrella. At least in the Imperial City, Fong Extermination was Fong Ping's protective umbrella. As long as he hid well and his identity was not exposed, Fong Yexing would be able to help him take on all the pressure. Fong Ping thought a lot. Suddenly, Fong Ping's eyebrows twitched. Someone is following me. Who? At this moment, he was not far from the Fong Manor. Fong Ping had already sensed that people were starting to surround him. There was even a rank 7 martial artist. 1 rank 7, 10 rank 6. It's not that his identity has been exposed. Otherwise, he wouldn't have such strength. Li Yi. It's Li Yi's men. Fong Ping reacted very quickly. Li Yi had sent people to kill him. Fong Ping gripped the divine weapon Chongdao at his waist gently, muttering in his heart, "That's good too. I'll test the Sky Plant military's reaction speed. Just in time for me to see Sky Plant City's emergency efficiency. At the same time, I'll demonstrate my strength again so that Fong Yexing will value me more. A rank 6 killing a rank 7 is too much. However, escaping from a rank 7 and killing Li Yi's men is also a manifestation of strength. This guy doesn't dare to unleash his mentality on a large scale to intimidate me. He will only kill me at close range to prevent himself from accidentally killing others. This isn't the Outland." Fong Ping considered all the possibilities. As expected, the rank 7 martial artist pretended to be shopping and approached him little by little. "You don't even dare to fly. If you run on the ground, a rank 7 might not be faster than me." Fong Ping thought about this. He He turned his feet and walked toward the rank 6 martial artists on the side. As for the rank 7, he stayed far away from him. It would be bad if he showed too much strength later and scared Feng Yexing. Seeing Kuei Ming walk towards them, the rank 6 martial artists all revealed joyful expressions. Did he just pick up the credit? When the commander-in-chief started to approach Kuei Ming earlier, they thought it was hopeless. They did not expect Kuei Ming to suddenly turn around and get closer to them. At this time, the rank 6 martial artists started to form a small encirclement on the road quietly. As soon as Kuei Ming entered, they would attack quickly and kill the other party. At this time, Fong Ping was getting closer and closer to them. For rank XS 3 upper stage, 1 peak, there's still a mentality-vitality fusion coming soon. Although Li had been pretending to be an idiot all these years, her subordinates were still quite capable. The moment Fong Ping stepped into the circle, the rank 6 martial artists surrounding him were wild with joy. However, the moment Fong Ping stepped into the circle, he suddenly drew his saber and swept it horizontally. Hum! The saber hummed. On the Changdao, energy erupted in an instant, extremely fast. Kago. Fong Ping let out a low roar and beheaded the peak rank 6 martial artist with 1 slash. Before this person died, his eyes were still filled with shock. He had no power to resist. The other party's saber was unbelievably fast. Kago. At this time, the other 3 also roared angrily, brandishing their weapons and charging toward Fong Ping. Behind them, the other rank 6 martial artists, including the commander-in-chief, were also furious, rushing over quickly. Fong Ping beheaded 1 person with 1 slash. His saber did not stop, killing the second person in an instant. Fong Ping did not delay either. His saber unsheathed, and he was already sprinting toward the Fong clan residence in the distance. Kill him quickly, the commander-in-chief at the back bellowed. Everyone started sprinting madly on the Crystal Road. Outside the city, they could still use flight step and engage in combat. Inside the city, these people only dared to chase after Fong Ping with their feet on the ground. At this time, Fong Ping, who was sprinting in front, looked calm, observing his surroundings from the corner of his eyes. The Sky Plant's military's reaction speed was not as fast as he thought. At this moment, on the street next door, a rank 7 martial artist chi was bursting. About 2,000 meters away from here, there was also a rank 7 martial artist leading a team rushing over. However, these people were also sprinting. The Royal Court's rules are too strict. As the Imperial Guards, the Sky Plant's military is actually not given the right to use flight step. It's too rigid. Fong Ping ridiculed the Royal Court's rules for a while. They were really too rigid. Because of some buildings blocking the way, the Sky Plant's military actually had to take a detour. They still wanted to capture people like this? As Fong Ping sprinted, he shouted, "I am the general of the Fong clan residents. A villain has ambushed me. Please inform the Fong clan residents if you hear me." At this time, the rank 7 martial artist at the back was already getting closer and closer to Fong Ping. His expression was livid. As a rank 7 martial artist, he led a team to kill Kuei Ming. Unexpectedly, the other party knew about it in advance and even killed their people. This made the commander-in-chief furious. At this time, a 10-man team of the Sky Plant's military arrived in front, blocking the street. The leading general shouted, "All of you stop, stop. Do you all want to die?" Fong Ping's gaze flickered slightly. These guys motherf asterisk cur, blocking him on purpose? As expected, the Sky Plant's military was not a good thing. They were very hostile towards the people of the Fong clan. Fong Ping was not afraid of blowing things up. Suddenly, he shouted, "Her Highness Li Yi colluded with the Sky Plant's military and ambushed the Fong clan's general. Please uphold justice. Your Highness Fong." Bastard. The expression of the commander-in-chief powerhouse at the back changed slightly. Suddenly, he shouted, "Kuei Ming, surrender. You dare to insult Her Highness. You deserve 1,000 deaths. Everyone from the Sky Plant's military stand down. I will go to the Sky Plant's hall to accept my punishment after this." This person was not afraid of exposing his identity. However, At this moment, he dared not let the Sky Plant's military participate. As for him, even if he killed Kuei Ming openly and went to the Sky Plant's hall to plead guilty afterward, he, a commander-in-chief powerhouse, would be banished from the imperial city at most for killing a foreign general. What else could he do? Fong Ping did not care about him. He continued to shout loudly. The Sky Plant's military colluded with Li Yi to kill Her Highness Fong. The princes are in danger. The Sky Plant's military colluded with Li Yi to kill Her Highness Fong. Fong Ping was still pretending to be a rank 6. At this time, his voice was incomparably loud. Within a radius of 1,000 meters, no one could not hear him. Damn it. Nonsense. How dare you spout nonsense? At this moment, it was not the commander-in-chief under Li Yi who was berating him. Instead, it was the few Sky Plant's military commander-in-chief who rushed over. A Sky Plant's military commander-in-chief flew into a rage. He shouted, "Take him down as well." They could not admit to this. Among the 16 princes, there were 5 or 6 princes who were related to the true king. If it was taken seriously, it would be big trouble. At this moment, these few Sky Plant's military commander-in-chief were secretly cursing Li Yi's people for being useless. A commander-in-chief actually let him escape when they tried to kill a general. At the same time, they were shocked by Kuei Ming's courage. This guy had a lot of guts. In this way, King Lord, Li Yi, and the Sky Plant's military had all been offended by Kuei Ming. A general actually dared to start framing without any evidence. Even if this guy ran away this time, he would definitely die next time. The Sky Plant's military and King Lord would not let this guy go. If he was smarter, he would just run away now. Why would he be so reckless? Was he not considering whether he could survive in the imperial city in the future? Damn it. How did this guy cultivate to the general level? Some people were cursing in their hearts. How stupid. In the imperial city, he had offended Li Yi and the Sky Plant's military to this extent. Unless Feng Mieshing brought him and ran to the Maple Royal territory, never letting him come to the imperial city again. In front, Fong Ping continued to run wildly. He continued to shout. He had already sensed a rising chi from the Maple residence in front. Reinforcements were coming. Li Yi colluded with the Sky Plant's military to eradicate dissidents. Bastard. The Tianji army, people blocking the way, all had faces full of anger, their faces full of fury. Fong Ping shouted, "Get out of my way. If you block the way, that means you're conspiring to kill me. I'd like to see if you can withstand Lord Maple's wrath." Fong Ping roared. Then, without another word, he slashed at the other party. "How dare you?" The few Sky Plant's military people's faces were full of disbelief. They had already moved out of the way. The other party actually took the initiative to attack them. "Kill!" Fong Ping roared again. "Of course I dare." Not only did I dare, but this time it was a good opportunity to make the Sky Plant's military completely fall out with the Maple Royal faction. "Kill him!" The Sky Plant's military people were also furious, charging toward Fong Ping one after another. Although Fong Ping's chi was still disguised as upper stage rank 6, his strength was comparable to mentality-vitality fusion. With a roar, the Chongdao sliced through the void at an unbelievable speed, slashing more than 10 times consecutively. A series of blood-spurting sounds were heard. In the next moment, Fong Ping ran straight into the distance. Behind him, the 10 Sky Plant's military martial artists only fell to the ground abruptly after he had run hundreds of meters away. Crazy! Li Yi's subordinates who were chasing after him were full of disbelief. The other party actually killed the Sky Plant's military people. Although it was only a small team with 10 people, 1 rank 6 and 9 rank 4 and 5 martial artists. But this was the Sky Plant's military. The existence that guarded the imperial city. The other party actually killed them just like that. At this moment, while Fong Ping was running madly, he roared, "Your Highness, don't come over. The Sky Plant's military and Li Yi have joined forces to kill Your Highness. Your Highness, leave quickly." In the distance, less than 2,000 meters away, Feng Mieshing's expression was livid. He roared furiously, "Li Yi, how dare you? How dare you?" Beside Feng Mieshing, two rank 8 powerhouses were protecting him. They were in slight disbelief and disbelief. Li wanted to kill Feng Yexing in the imperial city? He must be crazy. He was not afraid of the Maple royal faction getting angry and completely annihilating the Lord's faction. Your Highness, leave quickly. Feng Ping roared. Behind him, the commander-in-chief slowed down and shouted, Your Highness Feng, don't misunderstand. His Highness Li Yi was humiliated. I just don't want His Highness to be humiliated by thieves. I have absolutely no intention of disrespecting His Highness Feng. This rank 7 powerhouse was slightly dumbfounded. He did not have asterisk king dare to say it. Anyone with a discerning eye would know that Li Yi would not attack and kill Feng Yexing in the imperial city. Forget about Li Yi. Even the Lord would not do such a thing. It was just killing a rank 6 from the outside world. Even if Feng Yexing found out, it was nothing. But now, restricting the other party from slandering them. Your Highness Feng, Kuei Ming dared to attack and kill the Sky Plant's military. His crime is unforgivable at this moment. The two Sky Plant's military commander-in-chiefs were about to catch up. Feng Ping suddenly roared, I've only been in Royal City for a day, and the Sky Plant's military already knows my name. Do they really think we're fools? The Sky Plant's military joined forces with Li Yi to attack and kill me in public. Even if they didn't have the intention to plot against Your Highness, they still want to embarrass Your Highness. At this moment, Feng Yexing reacted. His expression was livid. He looked at the 3 commander-in-chiefs behind him and bellowed, How dare you? He understood now. Li probably would not dare to attack him. However, if he killed Kuei Ming in public, would that not be a slap to his face? Who would dare to rely on Feng Yexing in the future? The generals under him were attacked and killed right after they entered the imperial city. This was a naked slap to his face. Li Yi was too arrogant. Feng Zhe Fenghua killed them. In a fit of rage, Feng Yexing brought the 2 rank 8 powerhouses and converged on Feng Ping's side. At the same time, he shouted for the 2 rank 8 powerhouses to attack and kill these people. Seeing that the 2 rank 8s seemed to be hesitating, Feng Yexing roared, Go! Kill them! Do they really think that anyone can bully the Feng Mansion? I will definitely inform the imperial ancestor. The Sky Plant's military is the army that guards the imperial court. It's not a private army. How dare you collude with Li Yi? How dare you? I'd like to see who dares to question me after I kill you. As soon as he said that, the 2 rank 8 powerhouses hesitated no more. If the Sky Plant's military and Li Yi's people killed Kuei Ming on the spot, then it would be fine. However, they did not kill Kuei Ming. Now, there was an uproar. If the Feng Mansion still did not show their might, the people's morale would fall apart. Kill! Without another word, the 2 rank 8 powerhouses moved extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, they passed by Feng Ping and charged toward the 3 chieftains. Feng Ping stopped running. Suddenly, he turned around and chased after them, yelling, Your Highness, Kuei Ming wants to wash away the humiliation. Venerable ones, leave those generals and martial artists behind. It was unclear if the 2 rank 8 powerhouses in front heard him or did not hear him. Perhaps they did not care. They ignored the generals and charged toward the 3 chieftains swiftly. Among these 3 people, the chieftain under Li Yi also did not say a word. He turned around and ran. The 2 Sky Plant's military chieftains were furious and anxious. One of them said furiously, Your Highness Feng, this has nothing to do with us. The Sky Plant's military did not interfere in this matter. Is the Feng Mansion going to attack the Sky Plant's military? Feng Yexing seemed to be hesitating. However, before he finished hesitating, Feng Ping had already engaged the generals who wanted to escape. Die! Feng Ping was in a frenzy. He did not care about his injuries at all. Brandishing his saber, he charged into the crowd. As he fought, he shouted, You can't represent the Sky Plant's military. I believe that the 3 chieftains have no idea that you are colluding with Li Yi and attacking the royal mansion's generals inside the imperial city. Even if this matter reaches the imperial court, the Lord will still kill you. At the back, Feng Yexing understood again. He suddenly shouted coldly, Kill them, bring their heads. I will go to the imperial court and ask who gave them the guts to do this. He suddenly understood, seized the opportunity to attack and eliminate some of the Sky Plan's military generals who were extremely hostile to the Feng Mansion. For example, the left commander. Opportunity. This was an extremely good opportunity. He could not be bothered with Kuei Ming now. Kuei Ming had presented him with a great opportunity. Li Yi's people attacking Kuei Ming in public was not a big deal. However, the Sky Plan's military's people attacking Feng Ping in public was a huge mistake. The Sky Plan's military was an existence that maintained the fairness and safety of the Imperial City. Now, they actually surrounded and killed the Feng Mansion's people. The Sky Plan's military had to give Feng Mansion an explanation for this. Not only Feng Mansion, but the 49 royal manors also needed an explanation. The two Sky Plan's military chieftains were extremely aggrieved now. They did not attack Kuei Ming because they knew it was taboo. The Crown Prince's matter was their private matter, but the Sky Plan's military could not get involved. From the beginning to the end, they had never thought of getting involved. The team of Sky Plan's military that blocked the way earlier had only asked both sides to stop and for Kuei Ming to stop. It was reasonable. However, Kuei Ming did not say anything and killed them directly. Now, there was no proof. In addition to Kuei Ming's nonsense, the entire area now knew that the Sky Plan's military had joined forces with Li Yi to attack the Feng Mansion's people in public. Damn it! The two of them looked at each other, then at the two venerable powerhouses who were already charging toward them. Their faces were filled with rage, and they turned to run. At this moment, another rank 8 powerhouse shouted from afar, "Your Highness Feng, the Sky Plan's military will never get involved in this. Your Highness has misunderstood." Misunderstood? Feng Yexing shouted angrily. What misunderstanding? Kuei Ming was attacked as soon as he left the royal mansion. The Sky Plan's military cooperated with Li Yi's subordinates to kill Feng Ping. Everyone saw and heard it. Great! You bullied my Feng Mansion because there are no god generals holding down the fort, and my imperial ancestor is not in the imperial city. Do you really think that the Sky Plan's military can cover the sky with one hand? The left commander-in-chief, Hua Qidao, has always been against the Feng Mansion, and now he's even worse. He killed my general in front of everyone in the imperial city. How can a descendant of a true king be humiliated like this? Feng Zhe and Feng Hua fight to the death. Today, if we die in battle, the imperial ancestor will not let us die in vain. Feng Ping, who was in the middle of killing, was a little stunned. F***CK. Feng Yexing was not stupid. This guy had grasped the timing very well. If the Sky Plan's military really dared to hurt him, then Prince Feng would definitely not let it go. The other true kings would not let it go either. The Sky Plan's military even dared to kill a true king's descendant. What else would they not dare to do? Would the people in the imperial city and the imperial residence not be in danger? Besides, too many people had heard Feng Yexing's roar. The left commander-in-chief, Hua Qidao, might be in big trouble this time. Let me give you a ladder. You're going to poke a hole in the sky. Feng Ping felt that he might have really underestimated Feng Yexing. Maybe this guy really thought that there was no need to scheme normally, because he had the right to do so. However, at this time, he could not be careless. He would first throw the blame on Hua Qidao. While Feng Ping thought about it, he roared loudly and killed another fleeing general with a slash of his saber. As for Feng Ping, his chest was also hit by someone, leaving a bloody mark. Feng Ping dared not let his internal organs be pierced. He would be exposed. Pretending to be injured was enough. If his internal organs were pierced, anyone with a discerning eye would know that there was something wrong with him. Not far away, Feng Yexing was slightly surprised. This guy was quite strong. He was killing a peak martial general. Moreover, he was fighting with a quasi-commander now. Although he was at a disadvantage, he was not killed quickly. Seeing that Kuei Ming would be fine for the time being, Feng Yexing did not bother with him anymore. At this time, more and more Tianji military powerhouses were rushing over from all directions. Not only the Tianji military, but also the other imperial mansions and the divine generals in the city. Feng Yexing looked around and roared again. the Tianji military attacked the Feng Mansion's general. Today, no one in the Feng Mansion can stop the Tianji military. Either I kill everyone in the Feng Mansion, or I go to the Imperial Court now. Is this how the Imperial Court treats the Feng Mansion? As soon as he finished speaking, Feng Yeshing suddenly looked at the few people rushing over and said loudly, "Huayu, Purple Moon, are you coming with me? Today, the Tianji military dared to attack me. My ending will be the same as yours." In the crowd, the two rank 8 powerhouses frowned. Feng Ping knew these two people. They were the two royal highnesses who were recruiting in Qingyang Royal City. "Your Highness Feng, why do you have to do this?" At this time, someone came midair. The Tianji military was not as rigid as Feng Ping had imagined. They did not have any special rights. At critical moments, the Tianji military's 10,000 commander-in-chief could midair. At this moment, the first 10,000 commander-in-chief rushed over. As soon as this person arrived, he blocked the two rank 7 commander-in-chief. He looked at Feng Yeshing, then at Kuei Ming. Very quickly, he said, "Why don't everyone wait for a while and understand the truth before making a decision? I believe that Your Highness Feng must have misunderstood. The Tianji military has protected the imperial court for 1,000 years. They have never neglected the true king, much less disobey him." As he said that, he struck the mentality-vitality powerhouse in front of Feng Ping into minced meat. He frowned slightly and said lightly, "Noisy, I'm here, and you still dare to attack? You don't know what's good for you." As he said this, he glanced at Feng Ping. Feng Ping, however, quickly ran toward Feng Yeshing without any hesitation. Seeing this, the rank 9 powerhouse did not say anything. At this moment, more and more people gathered around. Even Feng Ping saw Zhao Xingwu running over. His expression was cold and indifferent. He did not interfere, as if he was waiting to watch the show. Genius 1 second remember website address. Mobile version. Chapter 736. On the main street, the weak ones had all fled. However, there were more and more powerhouses. The people from the royal residence and the powerhouses in the city had all rushed over. Feng Yeshing's expression was cold, ghastly pale. The number of Tianji military powerhouses was also increasing. Feng Yeshing sneered. "Strength in numbers? If the Tianji military is so powerful, why didn't they go to the outer region to fight? Instead, they killed people from the royal residence in the imperial city. Did they really think that we can't do anything to you?" At this moment, a powerhouse in golden armor revealed his face and said slowly, "Your Highness Feng, this matter still needs to be investigated." "Investigated?" Feng Yeshing said coldly. "Is there still a need to investigate? Do you think we're all blind? How dare Li, Divine General Li, attack in public in the imperial city? Where are the royal court's rules? Since we don't need to follow the rules, then let's not. We'll just kill each other in the future. I might as well let the royal ancestor kill Li. Wouldn't that be better?" The powerhouse known as Divine General Li did not speak for a moment. After a while, Divine General Li shouted, "Guards, arrest the person who attacked just now." As soon as he finished speaking, another Divine General in golden armor rushed over from afar, carrying a person in his hand. He tossed the person down and shook his head slightly. "Dead. He might not be Your Highness Li's subordinate. Someone might have framed him." Everyone was silent. Feng Ping sneered at his heart. How ruthless. A rank 7 powerhouse was killed just like that. Divine General Li frowned. "I know him. He is indeed a commander under Li. However, the situation is unclear now. No one knows if he was planted by someone else." Feng Yeshing interrupted him and sneered. "You might as well say that he was planted by me and put on such a big show today." Divine General Li smiled faintly. "I didn't mean that. However, this person is indeed Li's subordinate. Even if it was not Li's idea, I will still pursue this matter to the end. Your Highness Feng, this is not the priority right now. It's about the Tianji military." Divine General Li glanced at Feng Ping and said, "Kuei Ming, tell me everything that happened today in detail. Don't hide anything. Everything in the imperial city is under the Lord Guardian's watch. It's not a good time to trouble him, but hiding anything is unforgivable. Fang Ping looked fearful. He glanced at Feng Yeshing. Feng Yeshing said lightly, "Yes, sir." Fang Ping said immediately, "Your subordinate left the imperial residence today to purchase cultivation resources. When I was about to return to the king's mansion, I was surrounded by many generals led by this person. I fought a bloody battle and killed several generals. When this general was about to escape the encirclement, a group of Tianji army martial artists blocked this general's path." Divine General Li said indifferently, "That is the duty of the Tianji army. According to the laws of the imperial court, anyone who makes a move in the imperial city should be killed." Fang Ping gritted his teeth and said in grief and indignation, "This lowly general also knows. But that general martial artist from the Sky Plant's army communicated with his commander, hinted to the Sky Plant's army to stop this lowly general, and even took the initiative to attack me. Seeing that there was no way to escape, this general could only kill them and prepare to escape back to the prince's mansion to report. Along the way, the two commanders of the Tianji army met up with the commander who was chasing me. Not only did they not stop me, they even joined together to attack this general. When he spoke up to this point, he suddenly sneered and said, 'I saw it with my own eyes.' The three of them joined together. Divine General Li, is this the duty you speak of? If this is the duty, why did these two commanders gather together with Li's subordinates?" Divine General Li's expression did not change. He turned his head to look at the two commanders and said lightly, "Is what your highness said the truth?" "Sir." The two commanders' faces were drained of blood. One of them said hurriedly, "When I arrived, I did not see anyone chasing after Kuei Ming. I only saw Kuei Ming kill the Tianji Army's city patrol. After that, Commander Musu arrived. I thought he also saw this scene and helped us kill Kuei Ming." Before he could finish, Fang Ping humphed and said, "This general has already said the truth loudly. Are you deaf, Lord Commander? Can't you hear me? Bastard." Divine General Li was furious. He wanted to kill Fang Ping suddenly. Fang Ping had expected this. Interrupting these high-rank powerhouses was risky. But it was okay. He had a protective talisman. Fang Ping had not left Feng Yeshing's side all this while. At this moment, his footsteps moved slightly, seemingly inadvertently retreating. In an instant, Feng Yeshing blocked him. Feng Yeshing's expression was livid. He said lightly, Kill Kuei Ming. Kill Kuei Ming. Dead men tell no tales. Let me see how strong the Tianji army is. How dare they kill someone right in front of me?" Having said that, he looked at the two commanders, his gaze cold. "Did Kuei Ming say anything wrong? I arrived at the same time as you guys. I heard everything. Did you guys not hear it? Since you heard it, why did you chase after Kuei Ming with Musu?" At that time, I was also anxious. I did not think too much. Moreover, Commander Musu is someone I know. As for General Kuei Ming, we are not familiar with him. We have never seen him before. Fang Ping interrupted again. "You shouted my name a long time ago. How could you not know me?" "That was what Commander Musu shouted earlier. Didn't you say you didn't hear it? Now you're hearing what happened a long time ago?" Fang Ping showed no mercy. He directly exposed the other party's lie. Among the surrounding powerhouses, some of them had a mocking look on their faces. The Tianji army probably did not make any arrangements in advance. These two commanders were at a loss for words. They had been forced into a corner. Otherwise, there would not have been a loophole in their words in an instant. Divine General Li gave Fang Ping a deep look, then looked at the two commanders. He said calmly, "Since you heard it, why didn't you arrest Musu?" "Sir, This commander glanced at Divine General Li. Then he gritted his teeth and said, "I was thinking that Musu was a commander under His Highness Li. Perhaps he was chasing after an enemy and was not familiar with Kuei Ming. I was selfish and disregarded the imperial city's laws. I deserve to die." This person knelt down immediately, his face full of regret. It was normal that he did not arrest Musu because of his selfishness. In the catacombs, this kind of thing was too understandable. One was Li's man, the Lord King's son. The other was a rank 6 battle general whom he did not know. It was reasonable. Divine General Li sighed softly. As the commander of the Tianji army, how can I bend the law for personal gain? Fine, considering that you've guarded the imperial city for so many years, go to the outland and fight with the martial artists who were resurrected. Even if you die, you must die on the battlefield. As he said that, he looked at Feng Miexing and said, Your Highness has heard it. Commander Zhu Lei wanted to befriend Li Yi and Mu Su out of selfishness. That's why this happened earlier. This has nothing to do with the Tianji army. If the Tianji army really wanted to kill Kuei Ming, a mere battle general can cause such a commotion. Your Highness has underestimated the Tianji army. Feng Miexing snorted coldly. So, this matter was caused by Zhu Lei's selfishness? That's right. Exiled to the outland? Your Highness, do you think that's not enough? Divine General Li said lightly. Commander Zhu Lei has made great contributions for so many years. Now he's sent to the outland and the land of rebirth. Even if he dies, he must die a worthy death. Is your Highness not satisfied with this? If that's the case, then your Highness can just kill Zhu Lei. I won't stop you. Feng Miexing sneered and said playfully, Very fair. Next time I can try. Sending people to kill Li Yi is a misunderstanding and selfishness. If I can't kill him, then I'll send him to the outland. If I kill him, then it's Li Yi's bad luck. Not just Li Yi, everyone can try. Why, you Purple Moon, you can try too. The Tianji army guards the imperial city, but they can't even settle such a small matter. Such a powerful Tianji army consumes a lot of resources every year. Are they just for show? Feng Miexing sneered and said, Divine General Li, if Wang Zhu kills you next time, then it's your bad luck. What do you think? Should we send Wang Zhu to the outland as well? If you can be banished, you can give it a try. Feng Miexing's words were sharp. Beside him, Hua Yu said lightly, We don't have many protectors in the imperial city. We can't even guarantee our safety in the imperial city. How would we dare come back in the future? There are many strong people in the imperial city, and it's the inner city too. To think that someone from the true king's residence would be hunted down in public, and the Tianji army would hunt him down as well. How can this be described as selfishness? Purple Moon added, This was no small matter. If Kuei Ming was really killed, then so be it. But he didn't die. It was fine if he didn't die, but the fact that the two commanders of the Tianji army were hunting him down was no small matter. In the imperial city, no one was as strong as the Tianji army. Would they have to be careful in the future? It wasn't just these two. There were many princes in the city at this moment. Someone added with a smile, Divine General Li only mentioned this person's fate. What about Li Yi? We all act according to the rules in the Battle of Kings. Li has repeatedly disobeyed the rules. Does he think that he can ignore everything as the son of the King Lord? After pretending for so many years, he can't keep up the pretense any longer. Is he going to make a move now? How dare Li Yi? He should remove Prince Li Yi's name. What right does Li Yi have to inherit the position of King Lord? These people spoke one after another. 16 people. One less was one less. Removing Li Yi from the crown prince's position would mean one less opponent. That was good. They were all doing this for their own benefit. As for Kuei Ming's life or death, it had nothing to do with them. Divine General Li's tone was gloomy. Removing Prince Li Yi's name requires the imperial court and His Highness Zhou's decision. This seat does not have that right. At the side, Feng Miexing smiled faintly. Then thoroughly investigate the Tianji army. The Tianji army is not the Li family's private army. A commander under Li Yi can order the Tianji army around. How can people believe that the Tianji army can protect the imperial court and the imperial city? That's right. We should thoroughly investigate the Tianji army. The Tianji army should be reorganized. 300,000 Tianji army, 30 commanders. They don't live up to their name. I think we should change the people. It's time to change. The Tianji army used the excuse of needing to recuperate and refused to go out to battle. If that's the case, what else can the Tianji army do? These crown princes started to discuss again. Everyone knew that it was necessary to thoroughly investigate the Tianji army. The Tianji army was still very strong. However, the Tianji army was the royal lord's private army. However, the royal lord's control over the Tianji army was not as good as before. Among them, some had already roped in some of the commanders. If they could push their commander up and become one of the 3 commanders, that would be a huge gain. 300,000 middle-ranked martial artists, 300 commanders and above, no less than 50 venerables, and dozens of divine generals. Who would not be jealous of such a force? Divine General Li looked around and said slowly, "Your Highnesses, it's just a commander's selfishness that you want to thoroughly investigate the Tianji army. Aren't you afraid of disappointing the hearts of the Tianji army?" Feng Yeshing said coldly, "The Tianji army asked for it, especially the left army. The left army's commander, Hua Qidao, is he qualified to lead the left army? He just stepped into divine path. In the imperial court, there are hundreds of powerhouses who have stepped into divine path. Is Hua Qidao fit to lead the left army? Divine General Li? Is Zhu Lei from the left army?" Divine General Li was speechless. He was right. He was from the left army. The people from the left division hated the people from Prince Feng's mansion the most. Seeing that he did not speak, Feng Yeshing smiled again and said, "Look, this is the left side." The atmosphere was foul. Ridiculous. Was Hua Qidao fit to be the left commander? Why? Just because his father died in the outer realm? Many experts had died in the outer realms. Could it be that the descendants could assume the positions of their fathers? If that's the case, then there's no need to fight for the position of King Lord. Just hand it over to Li Yi. After all, King Lord was also injured in the outer domain. Divine General Li's expression began to change. After a long time, he said, "Your Highness Feng, this matter needs to be discussed by the Imperial Court and the Ninth Highness." Feng Yeshing smiled and said, "I'm not in a hurry. Let's discuss it." 10 days later, the Lord Protector would come out of seclusion, and the Feast of the Holy Fruit would begin. On that day, all 49 Wang mansions would send people, including His Highness Jiao. At that time, it was time to discuss it. However, in these 10 days, if anything happens to Prince Feng's residence, it will definitely be Hua Qidao's doing. Feng Yeshing's words made Divine General Li speechless. Behind him, Feng Ping stared at him for a while. Sure, he had a way with words. Now that things had come to this, it was no longer Feng Ping's matter. It was a matter of the Tianji military's power struggle. At this time, it had nothing to do with Feng Ping. Feng Ping also felt that he had to keep a low profile. Now that everyone had forgotten about him, when they remembered him, he would be in trouble too. This time, he had offended the Tianji military to death. He knew that. Naturally, Divine General Li had not forgotten about him. Perhaps to change the topic, Divine General Li suddenly looked at Feng Ping and said coldly, "If Your Highness Feng wants to argue with Commander-in-Chief Hua, I can't interfere. I can't interfere. However, Kuei Ming has slandered the Tianji military in public. Your Highness, you should give the Tianji military an explanation for this. For a warrior to kill you. That's your honor. He actually dared to involve the Tianji military in this. Damn it." Feng Ping cursed in his heart. He hurriedly looked at Feng Yeshing, his expression terrified. He said in a low voice, "Your Highness, if I go to the Tianji military, I will die without a doubt. Without a witness, I'm afraid today's matter will be left unsettled." Feng Yeshing gave him a deep look. Kuei Ming. Kuei Ming. Today's matter started because of Kuei Ming. Kuei Ming was very daring, so daring that it exceeded his imagination. However, Kuei Ming had always been a daring person. Otherwise, he would not have dared to attack Li Yi's people. However, this fellow had to be more careful in the future. Feng Yeshing ignored Feng Ping. He looked at Divine General Li and sneered. "Explanation? You chased after him, but failed to kill him. What explanation do you want? Do you want me to go with you and explain to the Tianji military? In the future, you can just send people to attack and kill the Feng Mansion powerhouses. If they can't kill him, then I'll give you an explanation. How about that?" Divine General Li, Don't you think it's funny? Divine generally laughed. He said mildly, "It's a little funny indeed. Your Highness is wiser than I thought." What he meant was for the other highnesses to be wary of Feng Yeshing. Unexpectedly, Feng Yeshing burst out laughing. "Do you think I'm Li Yi? I only know how to do shady things. Since I became the Lord's heir, I did it to become the Lord. Pretending to be stupid, pretending to be crazy, those were the actions of the weak. I'm going for the Lord. Do you think I'll play dumb? What a joke." Divine General Li, you don't have to sow discord. I Feng Yeshing don't care about these things. Divine General Li, on the other hand, you're getting more and more ridiculous. Feng Yeshing sneered. He was not afraid of this fellow at all. Moreover, this fellow was from the Li family. He would have fallen out with them long ago. The Li family was ridiculous. Without strength, they would only do things that seemed profound, but were actually idiotic. Being on guard? Do I care? Feng Yeshing did not care at all. Only those without strength, background, and confidence would do this. He wanted everyone to know that he, Feng Yeshing, had the confidence to do so. Among the crowd, a rank 9 powerhouse said mildly, "Your Highness is wise. That's why you can lead the royal court." Could it be that Divine General Li also wants Your Highness to learn from Her Highness Li Yi and lay low in the dark, killing all the highnesses and stirring up chaos? Now the enemy is right before us. The resurrection passageway is about to be fully opened. The true king is not coming out. He's in seclusion, waiting for the big battle. Right now, the royal court needs stability, not chaos. The Lord is not dead yet, Divine General Li said coldly. The Lord has lost all his strength. Divine General Li, we don't deny the Lord's merit. As long as the Lord is on the throne, we will do our best. Now that the Lord is not as energetic as before, I think it's time for him to rest. Humph! The anger in Divine General Li's eyes was obvious. In the imperial city, these people were so unscrupulous. How detestable! At the side, Fang Ping stopped talking and looked around. Very good. It seemed like there were many internal problems in the Monster Plant's royal court. The Maple King's faction and the Lord's faction were about to fall out completely. The rank 9 who spoke earlier should be supporting the Maple King. Otherwise, he would not have said that. Moreover, judging from his tone, he had guts. He probably thought that the Lord was done for. The Monster Plant's royal court's Lord is not a good person. It's good that the two sides are not in a one-sided situation. It's even better that they are in a stalemate. Fang Ping was not only observing these people, he was also observing Zhao Xingwu carefully. However, Zhao Xingwu acted like a passerby. His expression did not change. No one knew what he was thinking. After the commotion, the matter ended just like that. If it was not the time to fall out completely, Feng Yeshing and the others would not make a move. The crowd dispersed quickly. Feng Yeshing walked back while saying, "Kui Ming, wait for me at the Maple Leaf Hall later." "Yes." Feng Yeshing said no more and left quickly. Fang Ping pondered. Was this a good thing or a bad thing? At the same time, in the imperial court, the Lord leaned on the chair and chuckled. "Kui Ming, he's just an outland warlord, yet he has stirred up trouble several times, and it has disappointed me. If I want to kill him, then I should have killed him in one strike. Now, even the Sky Plant's military has been affected." The Lord sighed softly. Lian had really disappointed him. Killing a warlord had actually caused a commotion in the entire city. Not only that, even the left commander-in-chief, Hua Qidao, was affected. At this moment, there was someone in front of the Lord, a young-looking powerhouse, Hua Qidao, who Fang Ping and the rest had seen on the city gate, was here. After the Lord had finished speaking, Hua Qidao was unusually calm. He said, "Lord, it's not that easy for the Feng family to replace me. If Feng Jiuqing is alive, there's still hope. If Feng Jiuqing dies in the bounded domain, no one from the Feng family is qualified." The Lord smiled faintly. "So, we still have to thank Fang Ping?" The Lord smiled playfully. He chuckled again and said softly, "Speaking of which, maybe we should thank Fang Ping. What an interesting fellow. Because of him, King Huai lost the entire 18 southern regions. Because of him, King Feng lost almost all of his god generals. Because of him, Feng Yexing is also being doubted. Heaven's Fate Royal Court reached an agreement with the Royal Court so quickly, and his contribution cannot go unnoticed. Qidao, tell me, should I thank him? Hua Qidao said seriously. Lord, Feng Ping has also reached the Venerable Realm. He's suspected to be the resurrection of the Demon Emperor. We still have to guard against him if he really walks 3 Dao paths. It's not that easy. The Lord chuckled and said playfully, moreover, if he really walks 3 Dao paths, so what? The battle of the true kings has nothing to do with us. Don't forget, there are hundreds of true kings in the 4 great halls of Godland. If he walks 3 Dao paths, how many people can he kill? The more he does so, the more powerful he is, the more vigilant and hostile the true kings of the Godland will be. When that time comes, he will die sooner or later. Perhaps this is better. The Hall of True Kings is too powerful, and there are too many true kings. Qidao, if we destroy the land of rebirth, do we still need so many true kings? Hua Qidao's expression changed slightly. The Lord said faintly, no need. There were so many true kings. It was good to have enemies, but it would be bad if there were no enemies. Now, with the enemy in front of them, even the Hall of True Kings could not restrain them. Not to mention, after conquering the land of rebirth, among the hundreds of true kings, it would be best if there were only a few left. Of course, the premise was that the land of rebirth was destroyed. That would be the most beneficial to the royal court. Highness Jiao should be under the jurisdiction of the royal court. Highness Jiao was only an institution of the royal court. The royal court was the core, not the hall of true kings. The royal court was just a puppet. The Lord's ambition was huge. He was not willing to be a puppet lord. The land of rebirth was his chance. If the land of rebirth was too weak, it might not be a good thing. If it was too weak, it would collapse in one blow. If that happened, would these true kings from the Hall of True Kings continue to dominate him? On the other hand, it was better if they were evenly matched. As for the number of true kings and martial artists that died, so what? After the war that year, the powerhouses of Godland had disappeared. Soon, there were people to fill the void. As long as Godland existed, everything would be fine. The Lord said casually and stopped talking about this. He smiled and said, since the Feng family has their eyes on your position, give it up after 10 days. Lord, toss a bone and let them fight for it. The Lord said calmly, the Feng family is not the only one who has their eyes on the position of Left Commander. They are all watching. If they don't mention it, I want to give it to the Feng family. I'll give him the position of Left Commander. If they want the position of Central Commander, I'll give it to them too. Since it's declining, I'll bear with it. The war is imminent. Since these people are willing to take the position, I'll give it to them and let them tear each other apart. Hua Qidao was reluctant. He thought for a while and asked, Lord, your injuries, there's no rush. There will be a chance. Even if I can't recover, it's fine. The right divine general is still here. You're still here. That's our chance. The Lord smiled calmly and quickly said, Feng Ping is Feng Yexing's demon. Kuei Ming is about to become an Er's demon. 10 days later, arrange for an Er to kill Kuei Ming. If they lose face, lose the position of Left Commander, lose everything. No one will object to killing a champion. This is good too. Let an and you disappear from everyone's sight. Qidao understands. Hua Qidao replied. He then asked, Lord, what about Zhao Xingwu's side? Zhao Xingwu, the Lord's fingers tapped the throne lightly. After a while, he smiled. I almost forgot about him. Qidao, do you think it'll be more interesting if Zhao Xingwu becomes the Left Commander? Lord, Zhao Xingwu, resurrected martial artist. The Lord murmured, Left Commander. Throw away the Left Commander. Throw those disobedient ones from the Central and Right Commander to the Left Commander. Send Maple King and the rest over. Let them tear each other apart. Zhao Xingwu might want to seize this opportunity to lead 100,000 Skyplan army. What a great opportunity! If he can kill 100,000 Sky Plant Army soldiers, he might be happy to do it. It's good to help us clean up this filth. Lord, you mean? Whether it's true or not, don't worry about it. The Lord was unconcerned. He smiled. If Zhao Xingwu is in charge of the left commander, it'll be interesting. In the future, Maple King and the rest might suffer a great loss because of him, but they won't trust him completely. We'll see. No matter what, it might be a good thing to let Zhao Xingwu benefit. It's better than giving it to Maple King and the rest. If it's given to Maple King's people, we'll have to be careful that the left commander becomes Maple King's direct subordinate. If it's given to a resurrected martial artist, will anyone believe it? It's better if it's messy. Qidao understands. Go. Maple Mansion. Feng Yexing stared at Fong Ping for a while, then raised his teacup and took a sip. He said mildly, "Do you know that from today onwards, the Lord and his people will kill you?" "I know." "Then you still dare to drag the Sky Plant's army into this?" "Since I've been following His Highness, I've never considered changing sides. I've already offended Li Yi, so I might as well offend the Lord as well. I believe that His Highness will definitely become the Lord." Feng Yexing laughed. Then his expression turned cold. "You can only do what I ask you to do. I didn't ask you to do it. Don't blame me for being merciless next time. Get lost. If you're not a high-ranked martial artist, you're not qualified to make plans for me. I'll take my leave." Fong Ping did not care. Instead, he looked delighted. His joy was clear in his words. After Fong Ping left, Feng Yexing smiled faintly. "How is it, Fengzhe?" Behind him, a rank 8 powerhouse's silhouette appeared in a flash. He said in a low voice, "He's brave and shrewd, but he still has a big flaw. He's not strong enough. However, if His Highness values him, you can bestow him with some treasures. He might be useful when he takes over the royal court in the future." Feng Yexing thought about it. He said, "Next time we go to the king's battleground, bring him along. The Sky Plant's army. Ignore them." Feng Yexing said disdainfully, "The Sky Plant's army now is not the Sky Plant's army of the past." Fengzhe did not continue. Instead, Feng Yexing said suddenly, "Kuei Ming reminds me of someone." For a moment, Feng Yexing suddenly felt that Kuei Ming was a little like Fong Ping. There was no other reason. His ability to frame others was exactly the same as Fong Ping's. At that moment, when Kuei Ming screamed and ran toward him, he seemed to have seen Fong Ping in the past. Feng Yexing shook his head slightly. His eyes revealed a chill. He said in a delirious voice, "Fong Ping, I'll kill you sooner or later. P.S. Chen Yunqi's birthday party will end tomorrow. Once again, I beg the brothers to send their blessings on the event page. I'm so helpless. The number of people is still not enough. Please remember this book's domain name. 9 Heavens Divine Emperor Mobile Version." Chapter 737. Residence of Prince Feng. In the small courtyard, Fong Ping closed the courtyard door, recalling the scenes of the day in his mind. "It's a little overboard," Fong Ping mumbled. Although Feng Yexing and the Sky Plant's army had a conflict today, his performance was a little overboard. A rank 6 martial artist should not be so arrogant. "It's on the surface." Fong Ping summed up the gains and losses. Roaring that the Sky Plant's army was going to kill the crown princes was a little overboard. "I shouldn't have caused such a big commotion at that time. I should have provoked Feng Yexing quietly." Fong Ping thought about it and shook his head slightly. He could not stay here for long. If he stayed in the catacombs for a long time, then he could plan slowly. However, he was not doing a long-term job now. He might have to leave the catacombs soon. So, be it if he stayed on the surface. Feng Yexing might not trust me. After all, the time is too short. But it's okay. I don't need him to treat me as his confidant. He needs me now. At least he needs me to be a thorn in the Lord's side. If I don't die, the Lord's side will lose face. The Sky Plant's army will lose face too. If I die, the Lord's side will lose face. The Sky Plant's army will lose face too. Fong Ping judged the pros and cons. After today's incident, if Feng Yexing said that he trusted him 100% and treated him as his confidant, then Feng Miesheng would be stupid. However, sometimes, even if you were not a confidant, it was enough if you were useful. How could a small rank 6 martial artist gain the attention of the higher-ups so easily? Feng Ping spent a while to sum up the gains and losses. Overall, he did not lose anything. He did not care about this anymore. 2 crystal boxes appeared in front of Feng Ping. 100 sunfruits, 6-petal heavenly golden lotus, 30 drops of blue moon radish. These were all treasures to enhance mentality. Feng Ping looked at his own data again. Wealth, 394 million points vitality, 64,300 calories, 64,389 calories. Mentality, 3,370 hertz, 3,375 hertz. Destructive power, 24 yuan, 24 yuan. Bones honed, 206 bones, 100%. Storage space, 1,000 cubic meters plus. Energy shield, 1 point/minute plus. Aura simulation, 10 point/minute plus. Mentality is only over 3,000 hertz. It's not even comparable to the average early-stage rank 8 martial artist. Initially, Feng Ping thought that things like sunflower fruits were most effective for mentality-vitality fusion and rank 7 martial artists. If he could bring it back to the surface, it would be best to do so. However, Feng Ping had changed his mind. He had to improve his strength first. Strength was the foundation. Without strength, it would be dangerous. Feng Ping took a deep breath. Without thinking further, he popped a crystal-like sunflower seed into his mouth. A sunflower fruit had previously increased his mental energy by 5 hertz. If the effect did not weaken, then he could increase it by 500 hertz, but Feng Ping felt that the chances were not high. 1. 2. Feng Ping ate the melon seeds, poured the life essence into his cup, and drank the life essence tea. Drinking tea and eating melon seeds is one of life's greatest pleasures. Feng Ping grinned as he thought about it. He also thought about how old Zhang and the others would probably be green with envy if they saw him like this. Sunflower fruit, jade moon radish, heavenly golden lotus, life essence. These things were all peerless treasures on the surface. Old Zhang probably didn't have many heavenly golden lotuses left, or maybe they were all gone. The little that was left last time was all given to Feng Ping, and Feng Ping gave it to Huang Jing. This was the foundation for old Huang's rapid advancement to peak rank 7. Mentality rose slowly. 3,400 hertz, 3,450 hertz. Feng Ping sensed it carefully, feeling it. In the past, he swallowed it in one gulp. This time, Feng Ping had a clear feeling. These treasures entered his stomach and turned into energy, but they did not flow into his body. Instead, they disappeared from his body. Very quickly, energy was fed back from the Sanjiao Gate. This energy was acting on his brain core, tempering it. Interesting. The energy of these treasures is not as powerful as the imperishable substance. However, honing the brain core seems to be more targeted. Feng Ping noticed something different. The effect of honing the brain core with imperishable substance was not as strong as the energy converted by things like the sunflower fruit. The energy contained in the sunflower fruit seems to be slightly different from the imperishable substance. Can the mentality cultivators among the ancient martial artists cultivate energy similar to the sunflower fruit? Feng Ping had an epiphany again. He could vaguely feel what the mentality cultivation method was. The Golden Body 9 forging technique was a corporeal cultivation method. It mainly cultivated the corporeal body and mainly talked about the techniques of honing the corporeal body. For corporeal body honing, the imperishable substance was the best kind of energy. However, mental energy cultivation might be another type of energy to temper mental energy. The more I understand, the more I feel that the ancient martial era was incomparably powerful. Why did ancient martial artists disappear? As Feng Ping thought about this, he had already eaten more than half of the sunflower fruit. At this time, Feng Ping shook his head slightly. As expected, as he ate more sunflower fruits, the effect began to decrease. When he ate the 70th fruit, Feng Ping gave up. At this time, eating one would only increase his mentality by 1 hertz. Feng Ping did not want to waste it. The 70 sunflower fruits had increased his mentality by about 300 hertz, 1 billion for a sunflower fruit. I ate 70 billion. More than 200 million in exchange for a 1 hertz increase in mentality. It may not be worth it. Fong Ping lamented in his heart. He kept 30 sunflower fruits. At this moment, his mentality was close to 3,700 hertz. Fong Ping did not feel uncomfortable. Instead, he felt much more relaxed. The strength of his mentality seemed to have released some of the power of his golden body. Glancing at the small bottle of Blue Moon radish in front of him, Fong Ping began to pick up the bottle and drink. This thing was dripping drop by drop like beads. The price of Blue Moon radish in the catacombs was 10 caddies of energy stones per drop, which was worth 3 billion. Although the price of these natural treasures in the catacombs had risen, it was still slightly more expensive than the sunflower fruit. Fong Ping's mentality continued to increase. 1 drop increased his mentality by about 5 hertz. It looked about the same as the sunflower fruit, but now Fong Ping's mentality was much higher than before. The effect was still different. 30 drops of Blue Moon radish was not a lot. This time, there were no signs of saturation. After Fong Ping finished drinking the Blue Moon radish, his mentality had also reached more than 3,800 hertz. At this moment, the only thing left for Fong Ping to increase his mentality was the Heavenly Golden Lotus. A 6-petal Heavenly Golden Lotus. Fong Ping had used it once before. That was when his mentality was stuck at 999 hertz. 1 petal of the Heavenly Golden Lotus allowed him to pass this hurdle directly. At that time, it did not seem like there was much improvement, mainly because it was a big hurdle. From 999 hertz to instantiation, that was the hurdle that increased his mentality the most. This time, Fong Ping truly experienced the effects of the Heavenly Golden Lotus. 500 caddies per petal. The effect was not just for show. Fong Ping had just swallowed 1 petal when he felt the fluctuation of mentality. His head was also cool. His brain core was constantly being honed. The mentality that had been increasing slowly before, the effect this time was very obvious. In a short while, his mentality had reached 3,900 hertz. Fong Ping continued to swallow. He swallowed the 2nd petal, more than 3,950 hertz. The 3rd petal, 3,990 hertz. The 4th petal, 3,999 hertz. There was a barrier every 9, especially a hurdle like breaking through 1,000. It was even more difficult. However, although the hurdle was big, the hurdle of 3,999 hertz was not as difficult to increase as 999 hertz. Fong Ping swallowed another petal. Very soon, his mentality broke through 4,000 hertz. Wealth, 394 million points vitality. 64,300 calories, 64,999 calories, mentality, 3,370 hertz for 1,005 hertz, destructive energy, 24 yuan, bones honed, 206 bones, 100%, storage space, 1,000 cubic meters plus, energy shield, 1 point/minute plus, aura simulation, 10 point/minute plus, after eating 70 sunflowers, 30 drops of Blue Moon radish, and 5 petals of the Celestial Golden Lotus, my mentality broke through 4,000 hertz. What a waste! Fong Ping lamented. Too much money. 5 petals of the Celestial Golden Lotus cost 100 billion on the surface. The price in the catacombs was 2,500 caddies of energy stones. Even if this house has a mine, it can't sustain this kind of consumption. Although Fong Ping was rich, he could not help but shake his head. If one relied on external objects for martial arts cultivation, even a mine could not sustain the consumption. All the things he had consumed added up to more than 3,000 caddies of energy stones in the catacombs, and this was just a simple increase in mentality. On the surface, that was close to 1 trillion consumption. Every powerhouse is not a powerhouse. They are all money. Fong Ping lamented for a while and felt helpless. Others definitely did not spend as much as he did. They had cultivated hard on their own. At least most people did. However, he could only choose to spend more because he was in a hurry. This is good. My mentality has reached 4,000 hertz, and my vitality has increased a little. The stronger my mentality, the easier it is to control my strength. The control of strength was closely related to mentality. The stronger the mentality, the easier it was. At this moment, Fong Ping thought of Old Man Li again. Amazing. He was not amazing now. When he was rank 6, he was really amazing. At that time, Old Man Li's mentality was shattered. Under such circumstances, to control strength to a fine degree must have been excruciating. Under such circumstances, the old man could actually reach that stage. It was really not easy. But Old Man Li is so many years older than me. I'm still young. It's different. Fong Ping comforted himself. Old Man Li was just a little older. It took him 10 years to control his strength. He had only practiced martial arts for 2 years now. It's time to continue honing my golden body. Fong Ping began to convert the imperishable substance to hone his golden body. Before this, he did not hone much in order to control his strength. He was afraid that he would lose control of his strength. Now that his mentality had increased so much, his control of strength would be more refined than before. Even if his strength increased a little, he would not show signs of losing control. As his wealth was consumed, Fong Ping's vitality slowly became stronger. When his vitality reached 70,000 hertz, he would have completed the 3rd forging of Golden Body and officially entered the 4th forging. 4th forging rank 8. Soon. I only broke through in October. It's only been slightly more than a month. The feeling of having money is really different. November 6th, Star Town. Zhang Yuanhua swept his gaze around. He did not see Fong Ping and breathed a sigh of relief. Beside him, Warlord's eyebrows moved slightly. He smiled faintly. Fong Ping didn't come? Li Hansong hurriedly said, Senior, Fong Ping is still in closed-door cultivation. That's why he didn't come. Closed-door cultivation? Warlord sneered. Does he still need to go into closed-door cultivation? I know him a little. Is he someone who has nothing better to do? It's been a month since he broke through in early October. Other than showing his face once this month, I haven't seen him since. Is he holding back his evil intentions and preparing to do something bad? Li Hansong laughed dryly. Senior, you've misunderstood. Fong Ping is not that kind of person. Enough. Warlord said impatiently. I can't be bothered with you. Do whatever you want as long as you don't cause trouble for me. MCMU has caused a lot of trouble too. The others are fine, but tell Fong Ping and Li Chongqing to go less to Magic City's catacombs, lest they cause trouble every day. The others in MCMAU were quite reliable. Li Chongqing and Fong Ping were definitely unreliable. When the two of them were in a bad mood, they might attack the city without any preparation. Li Hansong laughed dryly again and said no more. Warlord glanced at everyone, then at Jiang Chao, who was whispering to Qin Fengqing. He coughed softly and said, All right, let's move in. Having said that, he waved his hand. Li Hansong and the others could not resist and were swept away by him directly. Zhang Yuanhua did not even see the old ancestor's figure clearly. He only saw the figure flash, and the old ancestor was gone. Beside him, Jiang Chao said with a blank expression, Why is the old ancestor in such a hurry? I haven't even finished talking. Zhang Yuanhua glanced at him and frowned. Stop talking nonsense. Stay away from that Qin Fengqing, lest he leads you astray. Break through to rank 7 as soon as possible. Look at you. Qin Fengqing is already rank 7. What about you? Jiang Chao said sheepishly. He doesn't care about his life. He used energy fluid to burn himself. I didn't dare. If I did, I would have been rank 7 long ago. It would be a loss if he burned himself to death. Zhang Yuanhua sighed incessantly. Was this guy really his grandson? He was not like your big brother at all. Your big brother didn't care about his life, but you cherished it very much. However, there were only 2 males in this generation of the family. One was not afraid of death, and the other was afraid of death. It was also a good thing, lest the Jiang family had no descendants in this generation. At the thought of having no descendants, Zhang Yuanhua suddenly frowned and said, Your big brother is focused on martial arts. It's useless for me to persuade him. Since you're not focused on martial arts, then get married as soon as possible. At least leave a descendant for the Jiang family. That girl from the Su family, if you're interested, I'll go all out and mention it to old Devil Su. If the Su family can't do it, then the Jiang family. If not, there are many from the Li family. Jiang Chao shrugged. I don't like them, Grandpa. I want to find a backer. Do you think there are any rank 9 female martial artists that are suitable for me? Bang! Jiang Yuanhua waved his palm and sent him flying dozens of meters. When he fell, Jiang Yuanhua continued to beat him up. Mother asterisk her. I really want to beat you to death. Jiang Yuanhua was so angry that his face turned purple. Rank 9? How old was a rank 9? Among the rank 9 martial artists in Sino Nation, there was Nan Yunyue at Desperation, Xie Yifan, Zhong Qinghuan, and the 7th son of the Chen family at rank 9. Nan Yunyue's eldest sister, Nan Yunping, was about to reach rank 9 too. The most important thing was that everyone was about the same age as him. This damn fatty. Could he not be more shameless? Jiang Yuanhua was furious. Backer. This damn fatty only knew about backers all day long. Couldn't he just cultivate by himself? His family already had a paragon ancestor, and he himself was a powerhouse who had stepped into origin. How many backers did he need? The Su family and the other families also had desperation. Wasn't that enough? Did this guy think that the ancestor was too far away, and that it was more reliable to find a wife as a backer? You might as well just marry Nan Yunyue. That would be a big backer. The most important thing was that Nan Yunyue, that be *TCH, was older than him. He was looking for a granddaughter-in-law, not a big sister. In the air, Jiang Chao was also very depressed. He complained incessantly. Grandpa, you're not my old man. Don't say that. It's lowering the seniority. Besides, so what if there's a slight age difference between martial artists? Rank 9 martial artists can live up to 1,000 years. If they're not even 100 years old, they're still children. Jiang Chao was violently beaten up again. Jiang Yuanhua was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. If this bastard dared to say another word, he would really beat him to death today. The family was unfortunate. How could they have produced such a scum? Jiang Chao was very helpless. His face was bruised and swollen. When he landed heavily on the ground, he said with a sorrowful expression, I don't want to find an old lady either. But Fong Ping and these guys are all men. What can I do? Grandpa, when I reach rank 8, can I change my gender? Why don't I try? Bastard. Jiang Yuanhua flew into a rage. He did not have such a grandson. On this day, the entire Star City could hear Jiang Yuanhua's furious roar. They could also hear Jiang Chao's screams. The old man beat him up for a whole day. In the end, he was about to break down. At the same time when the fatty was being beaten up, Qin Fengqing and the rest stood on Mount Royal Sea for the first time. Mount Royal Sea. On both sides were mountain peaks, but in the middle was a vast canyon area. Wang Jinyang and the rest did not stand on the mountain peak. Instead, they crawled on the mountain peak, being dragged forward by Warlord. This was because spatial rifts would often appear on the mountain peak. They allowed Warlord to drag them. Qin Fengqing looked down the mountain peak, his face full of shock. What rich energy! So many demons. Not only demons. There are also many treasures of heaven and earth. At this moment, everyone could see many monsters running and many monster plants swaying in the canyon. Wang Jinyang looked for a while and suddenly asked, Senior Warlord, why didn't Mount Royal Sea be built solid? Why did it look like this and allow the demons to live there? Warlord moved forward in a straight line, letting the spatial rifts pass by his body. He smiled faintly. If it's solid, the project would be too big. We might not have had the ability to do it in the past. As for leaving the canyon in the middle, it could be considered as the last line of defense. If the Forbidden Sea really broke through the first layer of Mount Royal Sea, then the canyon would be the battlefield. They could kill each other, and there would be a line of defense behind them. The demons probably lived here in order to resist the Forbidden Sea. These demons had lived here for countless years. If the Forbidden Sea invaded, the demons in the canyon would not allow the demons in the sea to invade their territory. Don't underestimate the strength of the demons in the canyon in Mount Royal Sea. The Forbidden Sea was the first forbidden land. Mount Royal Sea was the second forbidden land. Mount Royal Sea was too long. There were too many demons living on Mount Royal Sea. With a circumference of hundreds of thousands of miles, one could imagine how many demons lived in this ring-shaped canyon. These demons are also a line of defense to defend the Forbidden Land. Li Hansong also asked curiously, then where does the energy that these demons need to survive come from? Mount Royal Sea is isolated by energy. It's not isolated. Furthermore, there are many huge mines in the canyon below. A portion is even sent over by the few great dynasties in the Forbidden Land. There's also a portion that is naturally produced. See that big sun? The energy in the surrounding area of Mount Royal Sea is all gathered in the canyon. So there's no shortage of energy. Many huge mines? Qin Fengqing's eyes lit up as he said, Senior, then why don't they mine? Warlord sneered and said, Do you dare? There are many rank 9 demons down there. Do you dare to mine? As for us, we don't want to have a conflict with these demons. The demons here belong to the 10,000 Demon Royal Court. The demons have 2 great royal courts in the Forbidden Land, the 10,000 Demon Royal Court and the Guardian Royal Court. The Guardian Royal Court is actually not a big deal. It's just a group of domestic demons, and there aren't many of them. But the 10,000 Demon Royal Court, although it's called a royal court, is actually a group of demons that don't care about anything. A group of true king demons leads them to fight for their own interests. 80% of the demons in the catacombs belong to the 10,000 Demon Royal Court. The demons in the catacombs don't care if the demons kill each other. But if we attack and kill these demons, just wait and see. The demons will definitely go on a rampage. The 10,000 Demon Royal Court is extremely powerful. If they really go on a rampage, the 2 royal courts won't hesitate. And I heard that some of the great demons in the 10,000 Demon Royal Court are actually related to the Forbidden Sea and some of the true king demons in the sea. If we offend the 10,000 Demon Royal Court, we might get into big trouble. Wang Jinyang said in a low voice, The 10,000 Demon Royal Court is related to the Forbidden Sea? Then the demons in Imperial Sea Mountain are on the same side as the demons in the Forbidden Sea. That's different. The demons, especially these demons who don't care about anything, will not care about anything that involves their own interests. If the demons in the Forbidden Sea want to invade their territory, they won't be lenient. Similarly, the demons in Imperial Sea Mountain don't dare to go to the Forbidden Sea to fight for territory. In short, the 10,000 Demon Royal Court is very chaotic. Generally, it's just internal fights. They don't care about external fights. But if the absolute king and true king powerhouses attack the weak, then the demons will have to take care of it. The War King continued, Therefore, even though we have been guarding Mount Imperial Sea for many years, we rarely go to the inner regions of Mount Imperial Sea to hunt demons. Of course, the War King smiled and said, Sometimes it's okay to secretly kill some guys when they aren't paying attention. Otherwise, how do you think the energy mines and divine weapons in Suppressing Star City came about? If we suddenly kill a few demons, it'll be hard to find out. But we can't do it often. If too many die, then there'll be trouble. Especially the rank 9 demons. If they're killed, rank 9 demons are the kings of an area. If one of them is killed, it'll definitely attract attention. Unless the 2 rank 9 demons start fighting each other, we can suddenly attack them and kill them together. The 2 rank 9 demons will fight each other and disappear. Then, there won't be a problem. Everyone laughed. Was that how the rank 9 divine weapons in Suppressing Star City came about? Wang Jinyang thought for a while and said, Senior, have you entered the Forbidden Sea before? Yes. The War King sighed. As he walked along the mountain peak, he said, Back then I thought I was strong. As a Desperation Realm powerhouse, I could go anywhere in the world. That's why I went to the Forbidden Sea once, hoping to find something good. The shallow sea area was fine. If there were rank 9 demons attacking, I killed them along the way. In the end, I didn't know if I killed too many or if I attracted the attention of the demons in the Forbidden Sea, but very soon, true king demons came for me. Fighting with the demon race in the Forbidden Sea was a huge loss. There's no energy in the sky above the Forbidden Sea. All the energy is absorbed by the seawater. When you fight in the sky, you can't see what's going on below. You can't recover your energy either. You have to rely on yourself. If you don't even know how many enemies there are, how can you fight them? Back then, I was young and full of vigor. I entered the sea to fight that true king demon. Speaking of this, the war king laughed. When I entered the sea, I almost didn't come out. The seawater corroded my golden body and my mentality. It's even more exhausting than flying in the sky. That's not all. After I fought with that demon for a while, there were actually several true monarch demons rushing over from the sea in all directions. Tell me, could I still fight? I had no choice but to leave the sea and return to the ground. Speaking of which, that old fart from the Leaf family is still the strongest. That old fart has been to the Forbidden Sea a few times. Once, he fought with a true king demon and killed it in the end. Speaking of this, the War King felt that he should not say this in front of the juniors. He said, of course, that was in the past. In these hundreds of years, my strength has been increasing day by day. Now, if I go to the Forbidden Sea again, I can also kill a true king demon. But recently, there's been a lot of trouble at Imperial Sea Mountain, so I don't have time to go there. While he was bragging, someone in the distance suddenly laughed. Old Far Jiang, it's been so many years, but you still can't change your habit of bragging. The War King did not seem to hear this. His expression did not change as he continued to drag them forward. He said, ignore him. That old fart from the Sioux family is not very strong and very childish. Let me tell you a secret. Don't tell anyone. This old fart has a few female demons in captivity. He has bad intentions. Humph! A cold snort shook the void. The Sioux family's paragon was very angry. It looked like he wanted to fight the War King one-on-one. The War King did not care whether he snorted or not. He said with some regret, it's a pity that Fong Ping isn't here. The few of you might not be brave enough. The meaning of his words was obvious. I told you not to tell anyone. Actually, I wanted you to tell others. Do you understand? Wang Jinyang and the others looked at each other. No one said anything for a while. Forget it. They did not want to die. Fong Ping was here. Fong Ping did not dare to speak carelessly. He would be beaten to death. The War King continued forward. They did not know how far they had walked, but they did not see any paragon. Old Wang and the others did not think much at first. However, after walking for tens of thousands of miles, someone in the void said calmly, Old Far Jiang, don't you find it troublesome? Just walk through the restricted area. Why do you have to walk through the peak to show off your strength and your body? Does dragging these little fellows give you a sense of accomplishment? As soon as this was said, Old Wang and the others were stunned. Yes. Why must they walk through the peak? There was a void rift at the peak. They were so scared that they did not dare to move. They were dragged by the War King like they were dead dogs. It was not a big problem to walk down from the peak to the periphery of Mount Royal Sea in the restricted area. The true kings in the restricted area would not attack them just because they were near Mount Royal Sea. In this way, not only did they not have to face the void rift, but they also did not have to be dragged around like this, right? The War King laughed and said, I want to. Why do you care? My body is strong. What can the void rift do to me? Although he said that, he cursed in his heart. If I said I forgot, would you believe me? Old Wang and the others were very tired. Why did they feel that this was not reliable? Asking the War King to send them this time seemed to be a mistake. If they had known this would happen, they would have taken the Forbidden Catacombs. That place had already been conquered by the humans. There would be people who would receive them if they went straight to Mount Royal Sea. The War King did not care about what they thought and continued forward. At this time, for the sake of face, they could not walk through the restricted area. After walking for a while, the War King said, we are almost there. I will not go to the King battlefield. Once we leave Mount Royal Sea, someone will send you there. Let me remind you one last time. Try not to run into the depths of the King battlefield. The few of you might be related to the King battlefield. However, if you do not have enough strength, you will die. After saying this, the War King casually threw them out of Mount Royal Sea. No one knew where they flew to. When they disappeared, a large number of cracks suddenly appeared on the War King's body. He cursed, "It really hurts. If I had known, I would not have taken Mount Royal Sea." The old man cursed for a while and suddenly sighed. "These fellows, are they related to me? Could it be that they are not family?" The War King shook his head. It was hard to say. Forget it, he did not care anymore. These things were not easy to trace. Chapter 738. On the 6th of November, Old Wang and the others went to the battlefield. On this day, Fong Ping was also in closed-door cultivation. Although this closed-door cultivation time was extremely short. Maple residence. When the sky turned dark again, Fong Ping was almost done cultivating. The faint golden glow on his body flashed and disappeared. Fong Ping exhaled. He still had to be careful in the future. It was best not to cultivate in the catacombs. If there was progress in cultivation, some characteristics would be difficult to hide. Fong Ping looked at the data again, revealing a satisfied expression. Wealth, 384 million points vitality, 69,300 calories, 69,999 calories mentality, for 1000 hertz, for 1008 hertz, destruction power, 29 yuan, bones honed, 206 pieces, 100%, storage space, 1000 cubic meters, plus, energy shield, 1 point/minute, plus, aura simulation, 10 points/minute, plus. I spent 10 million wealth points to upgrade to rank 8 peak 3rd refinement. Fong Ping had not reached rank 8 4th refinement yet. However, this time, his mentality had improved, which made it much easier for him to hone his golden body. In less than a day, he had honed his golden body to the limit of rank 8 3rd refinement. 10 million points. That's 1,000 yuan of imperishable substance. For a martial artist of my ability, if I recover 1 yuan a day, it'll only take 3 years, using 3 years to go from early stage rank 8 3rd refinement to peak. That was from middle stage rank 8 to almost upper stage rank 8. This was the cultivation speed of a normal martial artist. It was normal for a rank 8 martial artist to spend 20 years to complete 5th refinement. My mentality has improved, and I've made up for my shortcomings. My golden body honing speed is very fast. Fong Ping realized that his golden body's honing speed was not affected by other factors, but his mentality. His mentality had actually improved quite quickly. In such a short time, his mentality had reached more than 4,000 hertz. Even old Yao, who was born with a strong mentality, could not compare to him. This speed would make others jealous. However, Fong Ping had an idea. Mentality and golden body honing are somewhat related. For 1000 hertz mentality is probably enough for me to complete 4th refinement. 5000 hertz mentality is probably enough for me to complete 5th refinement. Therefore, when a normal rank 8 martial artist had completed the 5th refinement and their mentality had reached 5000 hertz, they would not be able to continue honing their golden body. This was also related to this point. Old Man Li's infinite Tao unification was not limited by mentality. That was why he could forge a higher level of the golden body. According to this logic, if I want to achieve the golden body 9 refinements, then I have to temper my spiritual power to at least 9000 hertz? The corner of Fong Ping's mouth twitched slightly. So difficult. He finally understood why many 8th grade martial artists would advance to the 9th grade after reaching the 5th refinement. Because they could enter rank 9 now, they would not wait because it was difficult to raise their mentality that high. Only at 9000 hertz and above will I be able to complete the 9th refinement of the golden body. How many years and months will that take? It was not difficult for Fong Ping to reach the 4th stage. He had advanced sufficiently today. After familiarizing himself with his strength a little, he would probably be able to enter the rank 8 4th stage. However, the 5th and 6th refinements were difficult. Completing rank 8 6th refinement with a vitality of 100,000 calories is something that has happened before. Has anyone completed the 7th refinement of the 8th grade? Fong Ping suddenly thought of a problem. He had never heard of anyone completing rank 8's 7th refinement. Old man Lee's vitality was more than 90,000 calories now. He had just completed the 5th refinement of rank 8 and entered the 6th refinement of rank 8. However, he had not reached the 7th refinement. In theory, the 7th refinement of the golden body was considered a high-level golden body forging. Would the upper limit of the increase in vitality still be 10,000 calories? Not necessarily. It was not just humans. In the catacombs, there were not many martial artists who had achieved the 7th refinement of rank 8 either. It was hard to say if there were any. When the top powerhouses entered rank 9 back then, did they enter after completing the 7th refinement or the 5th or 6th refinement? As Fong Ping was thinking about this, there was a knock on the courtyard door. Fong Ping had sensed the arrival long ago. He got up slowly and went forward to open the courtyard door. As soon as the door opened, Commander Maple Jade entered. He glanced at Fong Ping and smiled. Not bad. Although you haven't reached peak warlord yet, your aura has become much stronger. I'm afraid it will be soon. Fong Ping smiled. Commander, you must be joking. It's all thanks to His Highness that I was rewarded with the Fountain of Life. That's why I could progress so quickly. As he said that, Fong Ping raised his hand and greeted, Sir, please come in. Sir, as Maple Jade walked inside, he smiled and said, Tonight, His Highness will be hosting a banquet to entertain some distinguished guests. The distinguished guests might summon you to ask about some matters in the outer region. So, you will be guarding the banquet hall tonight. I'm here to see if you have finished cultivating and inform you. Thank you, sir. Fong Ping thanked him hurriedly. Then he said with a perturbed expression, Sir, the distinguished guests are... I'm worried that my answer might not be appropriate and cause the distinguished guests to be dissatisfied. That would embarrass His Highness. It's mainly because the few Lord Divine Generals are on our side. Maple Jade was all smiles. Then his expression darkened, and he said, A few years ago, our Maple Mansion was extremely powerful. Under Lord Maple, there were 10 divine general powerhouses directly under Lord Maple. In the Maple Royal region, there were also 2 demon divine general powerhouses. There were a total of 12 Lord Divine Generals. Other than that, in the 10 royal cities of the Maple Royal region, other than the 2 divine generals who had always been following Sir, the other 8 city lords were also extremely close to Maple Mansion. 20 divine generals. This doesn't even include the divine generals in other regions who were on good terms with Maple Mansion. At that time, Maple Jade felt a little emotional. At that time, Maple Mansion's power and influence were truly overwhelming. How many rank 9 powerhouses were there in such a huge royal court? Not including the outer regions, just the royal court alone, including those reclusive old antiques, had at most 1,000 people. Maple Prince was only one of the 49 true kings. However, under his command, those close to him, those directly under him, those who had defected in total, there were more than 30 divine generals on Maple Prince's side. This did not even include the outer regions. The 17 southern regions was also Maple Prince's territory. Including that side, there were even more divine generals. However, in the past few years, they had suffered heavy casualties. Out of the 10 divine generals directly under him, only 3 were left now. Maple Prince's 2 sons, who were both divine realm powerhouses, had also fallen one after another. Among his grandchildren, Feng Qing, a descendant who was about to reach the venerable realm, had also fallen. Otherwise, with the strength back then, Feng Qing should also be at the venerable realm now. And with Maple Prince's support, there would be no need for things to be like this now, where the position of Lord was unclear. In the past, the position of Lord was almost in the Feng family's pocket. As for becoming a Lord, even if one did not become a true king, he could still achieve Divine Realm and be a top-notch powerhouse in Divine Realm. There were some things that Maple Jade did not explain in detail, but Fong Ping knew in his heart. He listened quietly. Very soon, Maple Jade smiled again and said, Those who came tonight are all divine generals powerhouses in the Imperial City who are on good terms with Maple Mansion. Among them, there are a few VIPs in the 8 temples. Although you're only guarding the banquet hall, Listening to these VIPs' conversations is also a rare opportunity for ordinary people in their lifetime. Fong Ping said hurriedly, "This is my honor. I will definitely fulfill my duty faithfully." "Then go and get ready." As Maple Jade said that, he smiled and said, "Remember, don't speak carelessly. If the VIPs don't ask, don't speak. Understand?" "Understood." Maple Jade came quickly and left quickly as well. Fong Ping waited for him to leave, cursing in his heart. How dare he ask me to guard the door? Just you wait. But it was fine listening to what the Catacombs Rank 9 talked about. Maybe he could hear some secrets. However, it would probably not be any secrets, or else he, an outsider who had just arrived at Royal City and was only a rank 6, would not be qualified to listen in. At night, around 9 o'clock, Fong Ping appeared outside a huge palace in the depths of the Imperial Mansion. At this moment, Fong Ping had already changed into the Maple Imperial Army's armor. Not only Fong Ping, but there were also a few other generals guarding the hall with Fong Ping. On the Outland side, including Fong Ping, there were a total of 4 people. Jin Yuhuai was there too. Fong Ping glanced at them and knew that they were all martial artists from the Outland city who had fought with humans. It seemed that those people might ask about the situation of humans. Other than the 4 of them, there were 6 other general-level martial artists in the Imperial Mansion. 10 rank, 6 martial artists guarding the door, just for a meal. Fong Ping cursed again in his heart. Extravagant. The 10 of them were now divided into 2 rows, standing outside the hall. A general-level martial artist in the Imperial Mansion scolded in a low voice. "Remember, when the VIPs arrive later, don't look around, don't." This fellow spouted a bunch of nonsense. Fong Ping had a smile on his face, but he did not listen at all. At this moment, Feng Yexing walked out of the hall. He did not look at these people, looking outside the hall with a faint smile on his face. 2 rank 8 powerhouses and a few rank 7 martial artists were all following behind him. The VIPs had not arrived yet. Feng Yexing looked for a while and suddenly said, "Do you think that person will come?" When he said this, Fong Ping and the rest still did not know what was going on. The rank 8 powerhouse Feng pondered for a moment before saying, "It's hard to say. He might not come." Feng Yexing smiled faintly. "I think he will definitely come." Feng Yexing sneered. "Since he has come to the royal court, no matter what his purpose is, he can't avoid the Imperial Mansion. If that's the case, he will naturally come if we invite him. What's more, the royal ancestor was the one who saved him that day. If it wasn't for the royal ancestor holding back those resurrected true kings at Mount Imperial Sea, he would not have been able to escape to the royal court. No matter what, he will come. Your Highness is wise." Feng Zhe, Feng Yu, and the rest hurriedly fawned over him. Behind them, Fong Ping understood too. Zhao Xingwu. Feng Yexing actually invited Zhao Xingwu. Why did this guy invite Zhao Xingwu? While Fong Ping was still thinking, someone arrived very quickly. "Your Highness, it's been a while. Divine General Wood, please." Feng Yexing did not have his usual arrogance and despotism. He greeted the other party with a face full of smiles. The person who came was a young-looking male powerhouse. Fong Ping glanced at him from the corner of his eye. His ability did not seem too strong. He might not have achieved the origin path yet. This person arrived first. Very soon, someone else arrived. Fong Ping realized that the person who called him Your Highness seemed to have average ability. Among the people who came later, someone called Feng Yexing by his name. These people looked extremely powerful. They might have achieved the origin path. One after another, a total of 8 rank 9 powerhouses arrived. Needless to say, the Imperial Mansion's influence was extremely strong. Fong Ping was not sure how many rank 9s there were in the Imperial City. One Heavenly Planet's army already had dozens of people. On the Imperial City's side, there were about 100 divine general. There were 49 true kings. Feng Yexing had invited 8, which was quite a lot. When these people arrived, the guests seemed to have all arrived. However, Feng Yexing only asked the others to invite the divine general into the basilica. He and Feng Zhe were still waiting outside the basilica. After a while, Feng Zhe said in a low voice, "Your Highness, why don't we go in? Let's wait a little longer." Feng Yixing looked calm and said with a smile, "It's normal for top-notch powerhouses in the divine path to be a little arrogant." Feng just seemed a little unhappy. It was not directed at Feng Yixing. He did not dare to do so. Instead, it was directed at Zhao Xingwu. The other party had not arrived yet. It was fine if he did not come. The other party did not reply before this either. He was really arrogant. As the two of them were talking, on the straight path outside the basilica, a general was leading a person toward them. Feng's expression changed. Feng Yixing's expression changed slightly too. Feng Ping knew why these two fellows' expressions changed. The person who came was Zhao Xingwu. However, Zhao Xingwu's arrival seemed to come without any warning. In everyone's senses, the only person who could sense him was the general who led the way. Although a rank 9 powerhouse was strong, when his aura was restrained, it was difficult for martial artists who were weaker than him to sense him. However, that was based on the fact that both parties were far apart. At this moment, Zhao Xingwu was less than 100 meters away from everyone. When he tried to sense him, it was as if he was empty. Even a rank 8 powerhouse could not sense him. This was not something that a typical rank 9 could do. The other party might really be close to True King realm. Feng Yixing's expression changed. Very quickly, he smiled and said, "Alliance leader Zhao, sorry for not going out to meet you." Zhao Xingwu glanced at him. At this time, the basilica doors opened. In the basilica, the rank 9 powerhouses who arrived earlier also looked toward Zhao Xingwu. A few people's expressions changed slightly. Very quickly, someone laughed and said, "Marshal Zhao is here too. I heard that Marshal Zhao is about to successfully forge a rank 9 divine weapon. I think Marshal Zhao might not be able to use it." Zhao Xingwu said lightly, "You flatter me. There are countless powerhouses in the catacombs. I am nothing." Everyone's expression changed again. In the crowd, a golden-armored powerhouse said coldly, "Marshal Zhao, you are now the commander-in-chief of the Tianji army. You should be careful with the words catacombs." Zhao Xingwu was calm and composed. He walked straight toward the basilica. Even when he passed by Feng Yixing, he did not stop. As he walked, he said, "I'm used to it. It's just like how you guys call Earth the land of rebirth. It's also a habit. It's been called that for the past 100 years. It's slowly changing." Feng Yixing did not care about this. He followed behind Zhao Xingwu, smiling. "Seniors, there's no need to argue over such a small matter. Please take your seats." As he said that, Feng Yixing returned to his seat, the main seat. Zhao Xingwu's seat was also very high. He was the main seat on the left. The main seat on the right was the golden-armored powerhouse who warned Zhao Xingwu earlier. He had read some information about some powerhouses before this. The 9 rank 9 powerhouses who came tonight were all powerhouses from the 8 halls, including Zhao Xingwu. The golden-armored powerhouse came from the tribute hall. He was a deputy hall master of the tribute hall. His name was Lu Wuxian. Not only was he the deputy hall master of the tribute hall, but he was also a powerhouse in the catacombs divine generals ranking in the 60s. He was also the only powerhouse who was ranked in the divine generals ranking tonight. Zhao Xingwu did not have one. He came from Earth and had just arrived not long ago. Perhaps he would get one after some time. In the basilica, Feng Yixing was not in a hurry to talk about business. Instead, he toasted and drank with everyone. Zhao Xingwu, on the other hand, was minding his own business. He did not speak, appearing extremely unsociable. Outside the basilica, Feng Ping did not move an inch. Instead, he was listening attentively to the movements inside the basilica. Very soon, Feng Yixing started talking about business. He smiled. "Seniors, I'm sure you all know what happened earlier. The left faction's commander-in-chief, Hua Qidao, has always been hostile to Prince Feng Mansion. This is a rare opportunity. Feng Yixing wants Hua Qidao to leave the left faction. The left faction has a 100,000-strong army with 10 divine generals. The left faction's commander-in-chief is the divine generals. The Skyplan army has strict military orders. They only listen to the commander-in-chief's orders." After Feng Yixing spoke for a while, Lu Wuxian said, "It's not difficult to get Hua Qidao to leave the left faction. Hua Qidao is not strong enough. There are many in the left faction who are not convinced. The left faction's prestige has already dissipated. A few days later, the 8 halls held a discussion. Hua Qidao can forget about keeping his position as the left faction's commander-in-chief. The key is, who will take over the position of the left faction's commander-in-chief? Feng Miexing, do you have any instructions, Prince Feng? Feng Miexing glanced at Lu Wuxian. After some thought, he smiled. Uncle Wuxian, what do you think? Lu Wuxian frowned slightly and said, the tribute hall is also extremely important. It governs 360 monarch cities. As the deputy hall master, I can still rope in some monarch city lords. Once I leave the tribute hall, it will be difficult. Miexing, if you want to be the lord, then the royal cities will have to make arrangements. Otherwise, if the lord doesn't leave the imperial city, then there will be no point in being the lord. Other than Zhao Xingwu and him, there were 7 divine generals present. There were also 3 who had entered the origin path. However, 2 of them had only entered the origin path not long ago. Feng Miexing looked at the powerhouse who had entered the origin path for some time and smiled. Uncle Jingzhu, what do you think? The powerhouse known as Jingzhu thought for a while and said, if I can lead the left faction, I will naturally be willing. However, it will be very difficult. My strength is not as good as Hall Master Lu's. There is also a limit to how much stronger I am than Hua Qidao. I might not be able to convince the masses. Also, the 8th Highness might not agree. I'm afraid it will be difficult for the Lord to pass. Feng Miexing frowned and sighed in his heart again. If Uncle Wang did not die, this would be the best opportunity. Feng Jiuqing was definitely qualified to lead the left faction. Not only that, but he could also completely conquer the left faction. With Prince Feng's support, Feng Jiuqing was also extremely powerful. There was also a crown prince who had a high chance of becoming the lord. Under such circumstances, it was only natural for Feng Jiuqing to conquer the left faction. Feng Ping. At this moment, Feng Miexing hated Feng Ping to the core once again. If it were not for him, the 100,000 Sky Plan army would have been in the Feng family's pocket. As he thought about it, Feng Miexing did not say anything. Instead, he looked at Zhao Xingwu and suddenly laughed. Hua Qidao is not fit to lead the left faction. Miexing is also not willing to work for others. Uncle Wuxian cannot leave the tribute hall. Uncle Jingzhu may not be able to convince the masses. If that's the case, the position of the left faction's commander-in-chief might fall into the hands of others. Prince Hua, Prince Ziluo, and the other royal manors are also eyeing it. It doesn't make sense for Prince Feng Mansion to work for these people to take advantage of. These words were exactly the same as what the Lord had said. Feng Ping did not hear what the Lord had said. Otherwise, his jaw would definitely drop. The thoughts of these catacombs higher-ups made one speechless. The Lord wanted to not let Prince Feng and the others benefit. Feng Miexing thought that there was no one in Prince Feng Mansion who was qualified. They could not help the enemy and let other royal manors take control of the left faction. If that was the case, someone was very suitable. The purpose of inviting Zhao Xingwu today was clear. As expected, the next moment, Feng Miexing laughed. Marshal Zhao, you're also leading the left faction. With Marshal Zhao's strength, have you never considered leading the entire left faction? In the royal court, strength is the number 1. Marshal Zhao is very powerful. In Miexing's opinion, even the right divine general might not be able to match up to Marshal Zhao. Now that you are in the left faction, you have to be ordered around by Hua Qidao. How ridiculous! Zhao Xingwu said lightly, I don't want to be involved in this. Besides, Hua Qidao wouldn't dare to order me around. Feng Miexing was all smiles. Marshal Zhao, you don't have to be in a hurry to refuse. Previously, the royal court promised Marshal Zhao that in the future, Marshal Zhao will lead the resurrected martial artists. But now, the safe zone has long been occupied. If Marshal Zhao wants to build a safe place for the resurrected martial artists, he can only do it himself. After all, Marshal Zhao is only one person. Even if Marshal Zhao becomes a true king, what can he do in a territory of tens of thousands of miles? It is not that easy to build a royal court. Where will the mineral vein of life come from? Who will guard the royal court's territory? When the demons invade, will Marshal Zhao always guard the royal court and never leave? Although Marshal Zhao is strong alone, he may not be able to build a safe zone for the resurrected martial artists. However, after leading the left faction, as long as Marshal Zhao does not rebel against the royal court, the left faction will be Marshal Zhao's world. As the left faction marshal, as long as Marshal Zhao can suppress the 10 great marshals, no one else will be able to interfere with the left faction's matters. It doesn't matter if Marshal Zhao leads the left faction to open up a territory or to occupy a territory outside of the royal court. As long as Marshal Zhao can suppress them, there will be no problem. Zhao Xingwu's eyes flickered as he said calmly, "I am a human warrior. The left faction of the Tianji army is the strongest army. Even if you agree to give it to me, will the others agree?" Feng Miexing grinned. "It is not difficult. As long as we do not give in to each other, the left faction cannot go a day without a marshal. In the end, we will push out Marshal Zhao. Marshal Zhao will display his strength, and the position of left faction marshal will belong to Marshal Zhao. Conditions," Zhao Xingwu said straightforwardly. Feng Miexing instantly smiled. Marshal Zhao is straightforward. Miexing will be straightforward. When necessary, Marshal Zhao will need to contribute to the Feng residents. Marshal Zhao, don't worry. It is not a slave, just a cooperation. If Marshal Zhao helps the Feng residents will help Marshal Zhao build a dynasty in God Continent that belongs to the resurrected martial artists. Zhao Xingwu frowned slightly and said solemnly, "Contribute? What contribute? Kill the Lord? Or kill the right divine general? If the Feng residents can guarantee that the true King Hall will not participate, I will go and kill them now." Feng Miexing's tone faltered. The other's expressions changed as well. He really dared to say that. Feng Miexing paused and smiled. "Marshal Zhao, you must be joking. However, the right divine general is indeed very powerful. The true king will not directly participate in the battle of the Lord. The top-notch powerhouses of the divine path can often turn the tables. The Feng residence is currently lacking in divine path powerhouses. We might need Marshal Zhao's help sometimes." Zhao Xingwu did not hesitate this time. He agreed straightforwardly. "All right. Marshal Zhao is indeed straightforward." Feng Miexing laughed heartily and toasted. Outside the hall, Fang Ping was a little dazed. Zhao Xingwu as the left faction marshal? Did old Zhang know? Feng Miexing was extraordinarily daring. The left faction of the Tianji army was a powerful force. How could he hand it over to Zhao Xingwu just like that? Wasn't he afraid that there would be problems? He still felt that it did not matter even if there were problems. The Tianji army was not his force anyway. This Feng Miexing fellow, how should I evaluate him? For a moment, Fang Ping could not tell if he was stupid or cunning. This fellow was a pure egoist. If it was beneficial to him, he would not care about the lives of others. P.S. I'm not feeling well these few days. The more I sleep, the more tired I am. My writing is not satisfactory. I'm lacking some updates. I'll make it up soon. Whisper beep. Although this month is often wasted, I've still updated more than 410,000 words. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.